It was a day of two contrasting matches. The first one between Rangpur and Rajshahi, which was a very tight affair. The pendulum swung back and forth between both teams before Rajshahi eventually won by 4 wickets. But in the second match, Dhaka Metro had other ideas against Borishal, as Dhaka Metro won by a massive margin of 96 runs. And overall really showcased their credentials as one of the top 4 best teams, as one of the top candidates with that century from Shadman. Some very good fielding, catching and celebrations as well. They really enjoyed themselves, and in the end we are here for match number 23 of the Al-Arafa Islami Bank NCL T20 powered by Turbo. This is the match between Chattogram and Sylhet at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Yasir Ali Rabbi taking on Zakir Hassan, and it is looking slightly gloomy and cloudy here in Sylhet, but we hope that the rain will stay away. It's still a beautiful scene and a beautiful sight around the stadium. Plenty of green, the tea gardens. If you're around, you should come over, because there will be 2 great matches. But before that, let's have a look at the pitch.
Matches 23 and 24 will be played here on pitch number 7 at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. Let's have a look by the first look of it. The color's quite nice, and it seems that grass has been shaved quite evenly, and it looks pretty good. But if I have a look, it's quite hard. It's quite hard. And there are some visible cracks over here. There's a bit of live grass also. The curator tells me that the grass is 4 millimeters. That's what they've maintained. It's a pretty even shave. But if I walk further down the surface here, I see more presence of grass in the back of a length areas. There's a bit more grass. Now, what does that tell us? It tells us that if the sun bakes down, it's going to dry up even more. The pitch is on a drier side. It will dry up even more, and then we might see some uneven bounce. Where does that leave us with the toss? I think 2 double headers, obviously it will depend on your strengths of each team. But ideally, you might get something out of the surface early morning, but I don't think that would be much. So win the toss and bat first for the first game. I think that would be the way to go. As far as the boundary is concerned, it's 70 meters all around, except for that one on the offside of the right-handed batter, which is the shorter boundary. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, so the pitch on a slightly drier side, but this is how the weather looks like. Cloudy. There is a chance of rain, 40% chance, 29 degrees, 8 kilometers per hour wind. Let's see if the weather stays good. The sun is again starting to shine a bit. The clouds moving away. And while the weather keeps the rain at bay, it is time for the toss.
It's match number 23 of this Al-Arafa Islami Bank presents NCL T20 powered by Turbo between Chattogram and Sylhet division. I've got the 2 captains, Yasir Ali Chaudhary, Zakir Hassan, alongside the match referee, 𝗂𝗚𝗏𝗄𝗎𝐶. Yasir will spin the coin, please. Tail is the call, and it's a tail. Zakir, what have you decided and why?
We'll ball first.
And the reason being?
I think weather a bit cloudy and wickets early in the morning, so we want to use this condition.
It's a crucial game for you guys. It's a must-win, I must say, to keep your hopes alive for the top 4.
Yeah, it is. We have to win this game so we can complete the tournament. So you say must-win game.
Any changes in the playing 11?
One changes. Khaled not playing. Rahi comes in.
All the best.
Thank you so much.
Yasir, you'd have also bowled first?
Yes, I would have also bowled first, but nevertheless, it is what it is. We have to bat.
What about your team? How's the mood going on?
It's the environment in the team is very good, and inshallah, hopefully, the result will come for us today.
Any changes?
There's two changes: Sadiq and Rohan replacing Rana and Shaukat Ali.
All the best.
Thank you.
So the news from the middle is that Sylhet have won the toss and decided to bowl first.
Well, that is what happened at the toss. Sylhet, they've won it and they've elected to bowl first against Chattogram. Very interesting to see. Perhaps they want to take use of those clouds hanging above, whatever moisture there might be, and also we know that with the clouds hovering above, the bowlers might get some swing. This is what happened earlier today. Players just limbering up, getting ready, all in good spirits. Khalid Ahmed, Abu Jaid Rahi, all the Sylhet players in good mood. And what's important to note is that Sylhet are 7th in the table. They desperately need a win. They are on 4 points. If they win here, they'll move up to 6 points and in 5th position. So this is an important task for them to have won. Chattogram, on the other hand, they're well placed at 2nd. And a win here will take them right to the top. This is the Chattogram division team, and Yasir Ali Rabbi mentioned at the toss that there are 2 changes, as we see the likes of Joy, Rubel all retaining their places, along with Mominul Sadi and Rohan are the 2 players that have joined the 11. It's still a very, very strong team. As I welcome my co-commentator Ahmed bin Parvez, and a very good morning to you, ABP.
Very good morning, Shanur. Really excited for this match. Of course, you've mentioned about the Chattogram side, who are 2nd in the table, going against home side Sylhet, down at 7th. They'll desperately need the win. I feel they got a bit lucky in the previous game, conceded 200 of 15 overs, and then the rain actually washed that game out. So they picked up a point from there. Slightly fortunate to pick that point up, and I think they'll want to make good use of the good conditions here. They've won the toss, and here you see the 2 on-field umpires, Morshed Ali Khan Shumon and Mohammad Kamruzaman, making their way to the field. Good toss to win for Sylhet. I guess they must have had some plans for this particular day game. If you win the toss, makes it easier to maybe execute your plans. If the plan was to bowl first, do they have the bowlers? Yes, they have. There is a change. Khalid Ahmed is not playing this one. And in comes Abu Jaid Rahi. We saw him in the practice sessions. And then they have the potency of Ebadot and Raja as well. So quite a few fast bowling options. The batting lineup remains almost the same. And there's Khalid as well, who has made his way in. So the Chattogram openers coming out, an ominous sight for any team in this NCL T20. Both of them have been in very good form. Mahmudullah Sanjoy as well as Mominul Haq. Right and left hand batting combination. Of course, international cricketers will have their hands full even in the coming months. Zakir Hassan, on the other hand, would really want a much improved performance from his bowlers. They really struggled against Rajshahi on the previous day. Today, using the cloudy conditions, he will hope that the ever-present Sylhet faster bowlers can have a much, much better impact.
Now you mentioned impact, and I think impact is a very big word here in this format of the game. You want your players to show the right mentality, the right attitude, and have the proper impact so that they can turn the tide of the match their way. When you see national team players playing these tournaments, it's important for them to showcase why they deserve to be selected or reselected. And they say in life and in sports, in many fields, you're only as good as your last day. So it's about these players coming in, day out, and performing. And this guy has been doing that. Mahmudul Hassan Joy with the bat. He's been helping Chattogram get off to good starts. One of the top performers in this tournament so far. And that's the field set up for the first over.
Nice bowling, nice bowling.
With ball in hand is 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃. It's short, it's pulled away, but there is a protection there. Will just be a single. Starting off with spin here. And here we have Mominul taking strike. With 𝗂𝗏 coming around the wicket for Mominul. Left-handed experienced opener. Short third, short fine leg, all inside. There is a long off. A deep square leg. He gets off the mark as well.
Both these batters have given decent starts to Chattogram even in the previous matches. Joy actually having a very good first few, missed out on the previous one, which is why Chattogram could not score enough. It was a very close contest between them. And looking at the Sylhet team, I actually thought they might bring in 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗃𝗃 right from the get-go. Best use of him is if he can use the new ball and make good use of swing and movement with the cloudy conditions in the early morning wicket. So I'm expecting some sort of fast bowling from the other end.
1-1, 2 goal, 2 goal.
Thinking of the second one, but deciding against it. All grounded shots so far.
I've opted with spin from the 𝗂𝗏𝗽𝗃𝗃 Islamic Bank end, and 𝗂𝗏 has done a good job. Not giving the batters a lot of room. Not bowling it full enough for them to go straight as well, but he has a long off. A deep square leg for Mominul Haq, who swept very well in this particular tournament so far. We've seen that shot coming out more often.
And on cue, this time he pulls it into the vacant deep mid-wicket region. The dive goes in vain. It's the first boundary, that of the bat of Mominul, and in the innings.
Very good shot there from Mominul. There were fielders at mid-on and at mid-wicket. Nicely placed it between the two. So no problem playing it aerially since it went through the gap. And a desperate dive there from Rizal Raja. In vain. Good start for Mominul.
It was too short and Mominul manipulating the field. This time looking to access the offside. It's been a decent first over. 7 without loss.
Leg. Away from you, please. A little more. Just a leg.
From the turbo end, we will see some pace, and as expected, the one who can swing the ball the most, 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗃𝗃, gets his first outing here at the 𝗂𝗏𝗽𝗃𝗃 Islamic Bank NCL T20, powered by Turbo. Of course, another international for Bangladesh. His specialty is that he can really swing the ball. If there's anything on offer, he'll make use of it, and he'll try to go full right from the get-go. So he has protection at the backward point exactly. The third is up in the circle.
Whipped away down the leg side. There is a fielder. Good effort there. Keeps it down to 2. As you mentioned about Rahi, yes, he's got experience, can swing the ball. And you were expecting pace to be bowled from one end at least. That has been the case. But let's see if he can hit the right lines and lengths as well. Look at that. There is a bit of swing, perhaps closer to the stumps, fourth stump, fifth stump, and you can induce the outside edge.
This is good bowling, much fuller than the previous one. And look at that swing, prodigious swing there. Has to do with the wrist work that Abu Zaid has, the seam position.
Again, swing on offer, but well played as well. Again, 2 more runs. Remember taking an interview of 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗀 around 4 or 5 years ago, and he mentioned that the bowler he looks up to is James Anderson. What he does with the ball, how he swings it, has really inspired him. And he wants to do that. He may not be express pace, but it's about getting the ball to talk. Down the leg side this time, it's nicely played and will reach the boundary. That's a lovely shot from Mahmudul Hasan Joy.
A tad too full there, 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗀. The idea was right, to try and square the batter up, but if it's that far into the leg stump, should be easy pickings for an informed batter like Joy, and he obliges. There is a big gap at mid-wicket. Keeps it grounded, finds the gap. Easy as you go. Mahmudul Hasan Joy off to 10 of 7 now.
You can see he's eyeing up the bowler, looking to play a big shot. This time doesn't get the proper connection. Still, 9 runs from the first 5 deliveries.
Rahi has bowled to his field more often than not. We've seen his first 5 deliveries, few of them outside off. And having a fielder at backward point instead of having a deep third, I think is a good idea. But what he could also have is maybe a slip fielder, especially for Joy, who's trying to go after everything, even outside off stump. The plan should be different from Mominul, who would want to get the ball back in, still bowling from over the wicket.
Another single to end the second over. It's 17 without loss.
Okay.
Nice bowling, nice bowling, nice bowling.
Galib to continue as Mominul is on strike for the third over. Nicely played, use of the wrists.
Both the batters don't look very hurried, and I think that's been the feature of the way that they've batted so far. More often than not, brought up solid partnerships. Both of them putting a very good opening stand in the previous few matches. Mahmudul Hasan Joy, 166 runs before this match, at an average of 55 and a strike rate of 166.
Very good, very good, very good.
And then Mominul is the other one who's also had over 100 runs in this tournament. So having 2 batters more often starts well for the side. This is very good signs for Chattogram overall.
It's cut, but well fielded. Definitely saved a few runs there. But as you mentioned, both these batters are in form. And another thing we should talk about is the fact that it's a left-right combination, so that makes life a little bit harder for the bowler and the fielders. You can see the field changing every single time they switch ends. There's a deep mid-wicket in place now for Mominul. He sweeps and sweeps well. It goes the distance. That's the first 6 of the innings.
Shot of beauty there from Mominul. Looks in terrific touch. We've spoken about how well he's swept throughout this tournament so far. Out comes that big sweep. Deep mid-wicket. Just looks along as the ball flies over square leg. Now prompts a change in the field. Square leg goes back. So he's toying with the fielders at the moment, Mominul Haq, with his accuracy and placement of shots.
Absolutely agree with you there. Very full driven. The fielder at long off will have to go to deep cover.
Very good. Excellent, excellent.
Well
Come on,
fielded
boy.
in the end, you have to say.
And a good call from 𝗂𝗚 𝗂𝗃 not to go for that risky second, because he knew he would have been going to the danger end. Wasn't ready for that. So no risk needs to be taken. Very safe and sound, and still they're going at a very good run rate at the moment, over 9.
Ooh, that kept a bit low.
Very good, excellent,
After
excellent.
3, it's 26 without loss.
Nabil going off for emergency.
Lefty back. That's a leg. Center.
Thank you, sir.
Minul.
Yes.
Right arm over.
Thank you.
Bowling change.
Ibadat Hussain into the attack for the first time. Just the one over for Abu Jaid Rahi. Ready to bowl from the turbo end. Short. Now, is there a chance? No, it's above. It's above the fielder at short third. Goes all the way. That's the first 6 from the bat of Mominul in this over.
Slashed it very hard. It was pace on from Ibadat, going full throttle right from the get-go, but just look at that slash from Mominul. Could have been risky had he not timed it that well. The pace of Ibadat and the slash from Mominul worked perfectly for the batter. Over the head of Reza Raja for a 6 of the first delivery. So good start for Chattogram.
Immediately after hitting the 6, goes for the quick single. Yeah, that's what pace can do, right? Sometimes you bowl a good delivery, it takes the outside edge, and it still goes for a boundary or an over boundary, as was the case in the last occasion.
I'd still say the Pacers could have maybe started bowling a tad bit fuller. Just start full. First few deliveries, the wicket is still new, the ball is still hard, seam is still prominent. We've seen Abu Zaid try that a couple of deliveries. It's turned for Ibadat at the moment.
Wraps the pads slightly down the leg side, which is why the appeal is slightly muted.
This is much better from Ibadat Hussain, just trying to attack the stumps. If the ball has some sort of movement, the batter might get squared up there. Oh, that came in sharply off the edge of the bat and then off the pad. So Joy not in control, did not have the best of positions to play across the line.
Whips it into the gap. It races away to the boundary. Joy now getting a move on.
What a shot. If you have something like this in your armory, it gets very difficult for the bowlers, because that really wasn't a bad delivery. Similar to the previous delivery, and this time Joy was in a much better position to whip it. Finds the gap in the fine leg region. Man in such good nick, Mahmudullah San Joy.
Change of pace on that occasion. Gets a better result. 11 runs still from the first 5 deliveries from this Ibadat over.
That 6 from the first ball actually set the tone for this over. And all Ibadat had to do is to catch up, bring things back to normalcy, but Joy has other ideas. He's been very comfortable Off to a good start again. 16 of 14. Mominul, 21 of 9.
Again. Wow. What a shot. Saved the best for last in this over. Goes all the way. The second six of the over. Fantastic. Fantastic shot from Joy to end the over after 4. It's 43 without loss.
Nice bowling, nice bowling.
It's a good start for Chattogram.
Oh, what a ball, what a ball.
The openers
Nice ball,
yet
nice
again
ball,
firing
nice ball.
for Chattogram
Very good ball,
in
very good
Mominul
ball,
Haq
Khalid
and
bhai, well
Mohammad
bowling,
Hassan
well
Joy.
bowling.
Very good morning all, very good morning Mazharuddin Ami. They've respected the conditions as well. It's not like they've gone after each and every delivery.
Very good,
Pick
very
their
good, excellent boy.
balls quite wisely.
What a ball, what a ball.
Very good morning, Shamanna, and very good morning to all our viewers as well. Yeah, it's a good
Dot,
start.
dot.
Some very good shots being played so far.
No. Very good
And
ball.
the positive frame of mind is very important for the batters. That is the reason why both the batters are looking to play their shots according to the merit of the ball, as you mentioned rightly. Nothing extravagant, yet fruitful.
No run.
Keeping a tad bit low, but their running between the wickets has been excellent as well. Overthrows that allows for them to come back for the second. Tremendous understanding between the two.
Yeah, this is an element where the batters needs to have, especially the openers, having good understanding that helps you for those running between the wickets and also forming good partnerships.
No run. Very good.
3 boundaries and 3 sixes so far in this power play. But other than that, they've
Nice
run
bowling,
singles
nice
and
bowling.
doubles. Side off line. Again, couldn't find the gap. Joy. It's well bowled over by Asadullah Ghalib. 5 done, 46 without loss. It is the Al Arafa Islami Bank NCL T20 powered by Turbo Electrolyte Sports Drink in association with Walton, Lily, Oryx and Ace Properties. Watching it live on T-Sports and TapMad. So it will be seam from the Turbo end. Zakir's maintained that. It will be Tofail. Will be coming on to bowl the last ball of the power play.
Yeah, fourth bowler being introduced in the 6th over of this innings so far. He's a different sort of seamer, likes to take the pace off the ball pretty often.
Full. Sent Joy back. Good call from Mominul. There's a particular reason, Mazhar, why the bowling seam from that end You were there for the toss. I was doing the pitch report. I observed, and as Mr. Kabir, the curator in charge here at the Sylhet International, pointed out, they have 4 mm grass, but most of the grass I've seen on this side of the surface. Yes, mostly back of a length or length deliveries, but not on the fuller region. Much better. That area and further, if you pull it back, there's significant grass there.
Yeah, and it's quite greenish. So whenever the ball pitches on that region, it tends to skid, hurry to the batter. There's something for the seamers if they can pitch around 6 to 8 meters length that you tried to mention.
Yeah, wayward. Flicked away nicely. He'll come back for the second, but was a delivery that Mominul would put away for 4.
Yeah, it was on the pads. Something Mominul loves to play. There was just one fielder on the onside patrolling the boundary at deep square leg, and he might feel he missed out on that occasion. However, he might not keep that in mind, as the batters say, focus on the next ball.
This time, he doesn't get away with it. Must have heard us. Can't make the same mistake twice to file. Goes for a maximum.
And especially someone like Mominul Haq, who won't miss many. That was a freebie by Tofail. Fine leg inside the circle. All he need to do, just put some bat on it. And he got a lot of bat on that occasion. Cleared the fence comfortably in the end. Sixes are coming quite easily now, especially from the bat of Mominul. He's playing those effortlessly.
Down to the pads with some pace, but as you rightly pointed out, quite a lot of bat there. He helped the previous one on its way and then soft hands to take single.
This is a very good start for Chattogram. 55 without loss, last ball of the power play. And this opening pair clicked really well so far for Chattogram, providing those early starts. And the platform is already set for Chattogram to post a good total on the board. We have seen on the other day Dhaka Metro posting over 190. The surface is looking really good today as well. Ideal for the batters, but there is something for the bowlers if they can pitch at the right area.
Full toss. Straight to the fielder, but it still ricochets him and still has enough venom on it to run away for 4. That was hit hard by Mahmudullah Sanjoy. And that boundary will conclude the power play as well. End of the 6th. It is 59 without loss, Chattogram. Signal of the end of the power play by Morshed Ali Khan Shuman, on-field umpire. It's a good start again from Chattogram, courtesy of Mominul Haq and Mahmudullah Sanjoy. 13 runs of the 6th over, bowled by Tofail.
It's a very good start, as I mentioned earlier. 59 without loss in the power plays. We talk about how to utilize the power play early on to lay that platform for a good total on the board. They've said that one. Now more crucial phase coming up between 7 to 15 overs, where teams tend to lose the momentum, especially the batting side. Rejaur Rahman Raja coming from the Al-Arafa Islami Bank end. Another seamer, 𝗂𝗏𝗃.
For the first time from the Al-Arafa Islami Bank end this morning. Back for length. Takes it away. There's one aspect, Mazhar, these two, speaking of Mahmoudullah Sanjoy and Mominul Haq, they have the ability, particularly Mominul Haq with all his experience being the former test captain, they assess conditions very well.
Yeah, and I had a chat with Mominul just before this game where he was talking about, people often talk about the importance of skill. Yes, it is important, but in top level cricket, he mentioned that it's important to have a good mindset and game sense as well.
Oh, they're coming back for the second. This is good calling. Well, would expect a bit better from your fielders.
Yeah, again, you have to give credit to these two batters pushing the fielders hard. That is the reason why there was a bit of fumble there at deep third that allowed these two batters to come for the second. That's very good cricket. Not just focusing on boundaries, they're putting pressure on the fielders as well. There you go again, putting pressure on the fielders, hoping to make some mistakes. This is sensible batting, I must say. Not just about those hitting, it's also about the mindset. Yeah, just going back to the topic again, 𝗂𝗏𝗃. Most of them criticizes the players whenever the national team players doesn't play well. They mention the fact that they have lack of skills. Down the leg side. Oh, this is unfortunate. It was there to be hit. Straight to the fielder at deep fine leg. Nabil Samad makes no mistake. Rajao strikes early and Mominul departs after yet another start.
Well, it was smart bowling from Raja Raman Raja, attacking the batter at his strength, giving him a ball on his pads, but it was a roll of the fingers, slower delivery. Nabil Samad does well on this occasion, well judged and balances well in the end, and Raja breaks this partnership. This opening stand of 63 runs comes to an end as Mominul departs for 32. Chattogram are 63 for 1. After the power play, and Sylhet manage a wicket. That brings in a batter who is also in form, but here's the wicket.
Yeah, it was there to be hit. You mentioned rightly, roll of the fingers, taking the pace off the ball slightly. And it went against Mominul Haq. It was there to be hit. A well-judged catch in the end. Mominul will be disappointed. Got the start, he was looking very good, exploiting the field setup, but Rajaur in the end had the last laugh.
Yeah, credit is due to Rajaur again. Smart bowling, the guts to try something different. Shabnaz Hussain Deepu, as I mentioned, another batter who's in form. Got the start, can afford to take a few deliveries.
We are just finishing that topic, 𝗂𝗏𝗃. We have seen Mahmoudullah Sanjoy playing those two shots, whip off the hip.
That is an extraordinary shot, and this is the place where he needs to practice. Whenever he can hit those in domestic cricket, he will get that courage to play in international cricket. So they say national team is not a place to learn your skill, to improve your skill. It's about being prepared and go out there in the national team and provide those. It's all about the mental aspect in the national team. So you have to be prepared.
Oh, was in the air for a bit. Outside edge. He'll manage a single. So well bowled and wicket taking over from Rezaman Raja. After 7, it's 64 for 1.
That's a center deep.
গালে তোমার গ্যাপ বেশি হয়ে গেছে গ্যাপ বেশি হয়ে গেছে
It's around.
Well, Chattogram, they got the start. Sylhet, they've managed to break the opening partnership. Still quite an open game from here on.
Nice bowling,
As it's 64 for 1. It's 𝗂𝗵𝗻𝗂𝗃, the veteran, to bowl the 8th. From the turbo end. I can't help but agree with you, Mazhar, as we were talking in the previous over. Yes, skills, quite important. But you don't practice your skills when you go for an exam. You practice before your tests, before your exams. The more you practice, inside edge, thankfully onto the pads. The more you practice certain kind of mathematics, if you may say, just to set an example for our generic viewers, the more you're prepared for similar kind of problems when you get them during your tests or exams. So you nurture them here, you learn them here. Of course, you know, that's a whole new world together when you're going at the global level.
Definitely, and the two shots that I mentioned about Mahmudullah Sanjoy, I'm sure he has worked on his batting aspect recently to increase the range of shots. Trying to make some room. Nabil Samad darted in, targeted the stump and uprooted those furniture. The veteran strikes for Sylhet as Shahzad Dipu departs without making an impact today.
That is why Zakir Hassan has brought him on. He does that quite well. Angling it in, coming around the wicket to the right-handed batter. And sort of skids off the surface this occasion and cleans the stumps of Shahzad Hussain Dipu. He's making that walk back. After a quick 2-run innings, it's 66 for 2, Chattogram. Yeah, the bowling change has worked for Zakir Hassan, coming around the wicket. Straightened slightly.
Yeah, Nabil Samad is someone who bowls a lot quicker. So if you want to make some room against Nabil Samad, you have to be very sure. And once it landed, skids through. Not enough time for Shahzad Dipu to adjust at the last moment, exposing the stump. It was always going to be difficult for him in the end.
one more thing, Mazhar. He's bowling from the turbo end, from where we've seen those seamers operate. So maybe it pitched on one of those grassy areas and skid on. Sadikur Rahman, the new batter. The lefty. Hit it straight. Fielders have some work to do. They should come back for the second, and they do as the fielders tag along.
Good way to get off the mark. Full face of the bat.
Very good. Nice bowling, nice bowling, nice bowling.
Good skill shown.
Well bowling, well bowling, well bowling.
They need to build up a partnership here.
Two is the call, thinking of it. Decide against it finally, rightly so. They've managed to put the speed breakers on, have Sylhet. 8 done. It's 69 for 2.
Sylhet managed to make a good comeback after the flying start provided by the two Chattogram openers. They picked up 2 wickets. The likes of Mominul Haq and Shahzad Hussain Deepu brings in Sadikur, the new man in. Rezaur Raja to continue from the Al-Arafa Islami Bank end. He will be up against Sadiq. Mid-off, mid-on inside the circle. He's got a cover, point and short mid-wicket in place inside the circle. He's got a deep point, deep third, deep fine leg and deep square leg in place for the left-hander. So perhaps the line and length will be on the shorter side. Started off with the back of a length, trying to play that square cut. Missed it completely, beaten by pace as I'm joined by Ahmed bin Parvez. Very good morning, Parvez.
Morning, Mazhar. It's been a very bright morning for Chattogram till the first wicket fell, and then Rezaur Raja bringing up some serious pace. Quite a skiddy customer, extracting some bounce. Has been the peak of the faster bowlers, you must say. There was Tofael, Ibadat, as well as Abu Zaid Rahi. They were a tad bit expensive, all of them, but Rezaur Raja, on the contrary, has picked up a wicket. Confidence really high. As for Sadikur, usually an opener, comes in to bat at number 4.
Nicely bowled again. Good length, good line. Not the tallest of the lot. Raja is more of a skiddy customer if I compare with Tanzim Hassan Saqib with the national team.
Another boy from Sylhet. So Sylhet has this knack of producing fast bowlers who represent Bangladesh in the international circuit. Raza at times might feel unlucky of not getting that match so far. He's traveled with the national team squad quite a few times, especially with the test squad. Did not get his break. Still very confident about his skills and really wants to do enough to knock at the selectors' doors once again.
Nicely played. Picked on the up. That is a terrific shot. It was not that short, Parvez. But the way he picked that ball so early. That's a shot of some class from Sadikur.
He's a class act, Sadikur. Absolutely. Picked that up so nicely. Read the length almost immediately. It wasn't a slow delivery. Came in quick to him, but he was quick to latch onto it as well. Brilliant counter-attacking shot after a couple of deliveries that Raja kept him quiet. Sadikur plays with some good composure in general.
Change of pace this time around. That 6 from Sadikur actually reflects the nature of the surface. It's too good for the batters. They can trust the surface and go with the flow.
Hence, the projected score shows 185. So that is actually on the cards if Chattogram bat well. They still have quite a few batters. And then they also have Mahmudullah Hassan Joy still in the middle, which is very important for them. A few more runs and he could actually be the top run getter. He's just behind Habibur-Rahman Sohan. Two of the brightest spots in this NCL T20 so far in terms of batting. Raja comes over the wicket with long on in place.
In the air, not there to pull that one. Now Mahmudullah Sanjoy needs to adapt and change his approach now. He's lost 2 wickets from the other end. He's the one who's set in the crease, so he needs to take the responsibility now.
Absolutely, and he's got an able partner in Sadikur Rahman. I generally have been very impressed with him. His stints in the domestic circuit, a very experienced cricketer. The Dhaka Premier Division Cricket League had a good season again. Plays very grammatically.
Yeah, backed out at the very last moment. It seemed that Sadikur was not prepared even while he was on his stance. Rightly so, moving away at the last moment if you're not ready.
Oh, just as Raja was about to release, that's when Sadikur raises his hand, says sorry, and Raja is like, come on, man. I ran the whole way and I have to walk back. Slightly agitated Raja at the moment, not easy bowling there.
Short ball coming. He should have bowled that short ball rather for that fuller, slower delivery. Nicely executed though, but it was on the slot for Sadikur.
Went for a double bluff, backfired. That's a slow one, absolutely on the plate for Sadikur, and he won't miss out on those. We know how well he drives, drove it over covers. Reza Raja slightly agitated after that previous delivery. End of the over as well. After 9, it's 81 for 2.
Sadikur just faced 7 deliveries, already reached 14, so he's well set now, alongside Joy, who's 33 of 24. Nabil Samad picked up the wicket of Shahzad Deepu in his first over, conceding 5. He will continue from the turbo end. Experienced campaigner. Played with soft hand, running the first one hard, looking for the second. They're going for it. This is very good cricket from these 2 batters. Good calling.
The ball barely reached the 30-yard circle, and they found out a way to get a couple out of it. Excellent commitment from both the batters. And Joy actually placed it so well. There were 3 fielders running onto the ball and still couldn't prevent that. I mean, very good placement. Soft touch, right away knew 2 was on the cards.
Nicely bowled. That is brilliant bowling by Nabil. That's the area he needs to focus more.
Experience counts. Already picked up a wicket. Nabil Samad looking good with the ball and will be more comfortable bowling with the field spread out.
Nicely driven. I remember Nabil Samad and I used to play together under Wahidul Ghani, the former leg spinner of Bangladesh. And Wahidul Ghani used to tell him, try to bowl a bit slower, Nabil. And after saying that, the next ball Nabil bowls a lot quicker.
It happens sometimes. That reminds me of another interview I watched of Sourav Ganguly and Sehwag, where he went on to Sehwag and told him to slow things down, and the next ball steps out and hits a 6. So sometimes it's just that you know what he can do or he wants to do, but you just touch him on a trigger point and you know that he's going to do the opposite.
Was in the slot again, but in the air, got more height than the distance. Fielder at deep mid-wicket. Takes it quite comfortably in the end. Nabil Samad picked up his 2nd wicket as Sadikur departs after scoring 14.
He looked aggressive, went the aggressive route once again, but this time the distance not there. Again, good bowling from the bowler. Did not pitch it right up to the slot. Did not time it well. It went very high in the air. Not an easy catch, if you ask me. It was full enough for him to take that on. Went very high and then well judged. Very well judged by Asadullah Al Ghalib. Another wicket for Nabil Samad. Another one for Chattogram. Slowly having a little bit of a setback here. Sadikur departs for 14. 84 for 3.
Arsenal.
Hey, hey, hey!
চেষ্টা করতেছি স্যার এমন সময় চেষ্টা করলো আপনি হলো না অ্যাপেল হলো তখন চেষ্টা করে লাভ কি আছে স্যার থার্ড আম্পায়ার দিয়ে দিবেন না ইয়েস ইরফান away from you please. Yeah, there's a center. Thank you. That's off stump.
Thank you.
Irfan, left arm over, 2 balls to go.
Okay.
Only Raja is outside.
Nabil to continue from the turbo end. Irfan Shukr is the new man in for Chattogram. Batted well on the other day.
Good bowling, good
Scored
bowling,
a 50.
good bowling!
Good to go?
Play!
Straight to the fielder. Dot ball. Good bowling.
Pressure, pressure, eh?
A drinks break taken in the 10th over after the fall of that important wicket there, just when the partnership looked good. Sadikur was looking good till he got out. Again, Nabil Samad, vital factor for Sylhet, 2 for 8.
Again, trying to open the face of the bat. This time, he will get a single and gets off the mark. Irfan Shukr. End of a successful over from Nabil Samad after 10. Chattogram 85 for 3.
Last over.
Nabil bhai, bhitre.
This is your center. Thank you.
It's been a good comeback from Sylhet after that flying start provided by the 2 Chattogram openers, Mominul Haq and Mahmudullah Sanjoy. Irfan Shukr, also the man in form, played some glorious shots on the other day, improvised a lot. Assadullah Ghalib comes in, a bit of hesitation, but in the end, 𝗬𝗪𝗀 𝗀𝗡𝗃𝗃 makes it quite comfortably.
Joy is still there, and that is a big bonus for Chattogram. He's seen what Shadman did the previous day, making his innings long. If you can stay till the 20th over close by, you will get in a very good position, and the team will definitely be in a much better position. The current run rate is still very healthy, 8.4 odd. So having Joy in the middle would be important. 𝗵𝗺𝗀 has had a great outing in the previous game you've mentioned, so it could be a good partnership.
No run! Excellent
That's
ball,
good bowling by
excellent ball.
Ghalib.
That's the ball, that's the ball! Arrow dot, arrow dot, arrow dot!
Field is spread out, long off, long on, deep back with square leg, deep mid wicket in the boundary.
Slightly on the shorter side, 2 is the call.
Bowler, bowler!
𝗵𝗺𝗀 coming for it. Nice running between the wicket again. Look how he adjusted his approach, Mahmudullah Sanjoy, now realizing they lost 3 quick wickets and now focusing more on those singles and doubles.
He's finding the gaps very well here, Mahmudullah Sanjoy. And 𝗵𝗺𝗀 is such a busy cricketer as well. He's got a perfect foil if he wants to go for those quick singles and doubles and put pressures on the fielder.
Big shout from the wicket keeper. Not from the bowler though.
Nice take by the keeper. There is Zakir Hassan, the captain, but he's not keeping. Standing at covers, dictating the field setup and all.
It was too full. It was too wide. Enough time for Mahmudullah Sanjoy to put that big bat on it. Goes all the way for maximum.
This is brilliant from Mahmudullah Sanjoy. Just look at that flow and swing of the bat on his knees, plays it straight, waiting for that bat ball that he can launch onto. This has been the feature of Joy throughout the entire NCL T20.
Yeah, very good cricket. Huge shout, but I think the batter had made it. However, the umpire will go upstairs, but I think 𝗵𝗺𝗀 was well in.
Seems comfortable. Made that desperate attempt to get back to the striker's end. TV umpire in action. Was a throw close to the stumps, well received. The direct hit could have been close, but 𝗵𝗺𝗀 looks like he's comfortably made it in the end.
Yeah, the throw was a bit wider. Had it been a direct hit or even a good throw over the stump, may have been interesting. Confirmation by the TV umpire, not out given, rightly so. Last ball of the over. 9 already coming from this Ghalib's 4th over. Look, the communication was very good. It was a very good call from 𝗵𝗺𝗀. He was running at the danger end, and the bowler was not happy.
Would have liked to bowl
Nice bowling, nice
to
bowling,
one particular
boy.
batter, but the end of the over nonetheless.
Good bowling, good bowling.
95 for 3 after 11. Spin from the turbo and Nabil Samad once again.
Again playing with soft hands. This time the bowler is after it. Nabil.
Very good, very good. Excellent effort,
That's it,
boys,
well.
boys.
I had the opportunity to speak with 𝗵𝗺𝗀, another prolific performer in the recent times. He has worked on his stance with former Bangladesh captain Shahriar Nafeez, where he informed that he worked on his stance with being upright helps him to get under the ball. Goes for the clock sweep. Outside the line of the off stump. Purposefully played. He may have not got a bat on that occasion, but the idea was right from 𝗵𝗺𝗀.
Yes, went out of the off stump, so even though the ball thudded onto the pads. There was no risk of a leg before. Again, good bowling from Nabil Samad, prompting the batter to go for that sweep, which was not there. Slightly unlucky maybe that the ball trickled away to the boundary. And that brings up the 100 for Chattogram as well. In the 12th over of the game.
Good ball, good ball, good ball.
Single taken. One more aspect about Irfan Shukr or other senior players who normally helps the junior players. He was the one who actually helped Mohammad Rubel, the mystery spinner from Chattogram division, to work on his game, helped him a lot in various aspects that he didn't want to mention. But that is the thing that senior players needs to do. Help each other. And you never know who's got the talent if he's nurtured properly.
Absolutely top-notch attitude shown there.
Good bowling, nice bowling, nice bowling. Cepat lah Bilbil.
There are more than
One
thing about his character and his attitude. I really like the way when he stands behind the stumps, he's so chirpy, so active. Basically the one that holds the entire team, keeps them talking, cheering themselves on. He is a character nonetheless. Also has his unique way of putting humor. Always finds the best out of critical or tough situations, as epitomized by his previous innings. They were in big trouble there and he got them out with a brilliant 64 in the previous innings. Accelerated in the end, but this is a different kind of platform right now with Joy beside him.
No.
Single taken again. Nabil Samad going after it. Well done in the end from this experienced player. The single to end the over. Nevertheless, a good one for Chattogram. After 12, they are 104 for 3.
Joy bowling from Rachamova.
Ibadat Hussain from the Al Arfa Islamic Bank end. Ball within the power play is pretty expensive there, Ibadat. 17 runs coming. Mominul and Joy in full flow. This one though, just down the leg side, and the umpire sided with the bowler. As I have by my side, Somonnay Ghosh. Welcome back.
Good morning, Parvez, and thank you. Well done by the keeper behind the stumps. Could have just ran towards the boundary. Good stop.
The first two deliveries from Ibadat. Starts on middle stump, trying to get the ball in. Upright seam, some inward movement. Slightly unlucky, Mahmudullah Sanjoy, not to maybe get that away. There is a short fine, so any tickle might get him some easy runs. Ibadat trying to target the stumps, it seems.
Oh! Short one, hitting the helmet of Mahmudullah Sanjoy. They still come back for the second. There will be a concussion protocol followed as the physios run on. Well, as he's run for 2 after being hit, resume that he's still fine. But here's what it looked like. Pretty nasty. Ooh.
Almost onto the side grill of Mahmudullah Sanjoy. Took his eyes right at the last moment. Not the first time he gets hit on the head. That was really nasty from Ibadat. The concussion protocol in action at the moment.
A bit of grit shown by Joy. Didn't lose his balance and then obliged to his partner's call. Come back for the second. Protocol has been obeyed and he seems to be fine.
𝗵𝗺𝗽𝘂𝗧𝗓 trying the short stuff there. That is proper chin music there. Aggressive, gnarling. This is the kind of character 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗂𝗧 is. Joy has shown a lot of character as well to stand up and be ready. Couple of more runs added, so that is something of a moral victory for the batter, I would say.
Taking nothing away from the bowler, actually. It was a very well directed bouncer as far as the game is concerned. I think a bit of change of pace right after that. So it's a good contest going on between bat and ball.
It is. And whenever 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗂𝗧 is in action, there's always something happening. Wants to make things happen, wants to have an impact in the game, wouldn't be happy with his first over for sure. Responsibility given on to him to give early breakthroughs and then through the middle and at the death overs to come and bowl. So he'd want to impress. Field spreads out for Irfan Shukr, who's on 4 of 6.
Something bothering Irfan Shukr well within his rights. He is distracted by something in front of the side screen. And 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗂𝗧 respects that, doesn't complain, walks back. Just before the ball is bowled, I think those advertising boards, the black cover on that, I think just loosened up in the wind. Made it go off, part of it. That is being corrected at the moment. 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗂𝗧 comes back. Back of a length. This is a platform. This Al Arafa Islamic Bank NCL T20 powered by Turbo electrolyte sports drink for these players to come and showcase their skills, put themselves to test and perform, prepare for something like a BPL which comes later on in the year. Oh, that's flicked, fielder there, falls short. Will end the over. Good recovery from 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗂𝗧 in this over. Well bowled, 13 done, 108 for 3.
Six bowlers being used for Sylhet. Ghalib finished his spell, 29 runs conceded, no wickets taken, but good economy from him. Nabil Samad, the pick of the bowlers, 2 for 14. A wicket for Raja as well, as the crowd gradually making their way. And there you go, some Sylhet supporters with some flags, good to see. Someone wearing a Bangladesh jersey as well, doing the Hasaranga celebration.
Yeah, good excitement nonetheless. We're moving towards that phase in this innings. Goes for the reverse. Fielder is placed there, so he'd be happy that didn't go all the way. I think he timed it like that.
Good to see the excitement. Yes, little man. He's doing sort of a bowling action, trying to emulate the bowler. Sylhet will be happy with the 3 wickets that they've picked. I think they've pegged the run rate down slightly.
to follow. It's still a healthy run rate because it's above 8. And that single brings up the 50 for Mahmudullah Sanjoy of 40 deliveries. Again, well played. As he raises his hand and then the bat.
Nice bowling.
Well played, Joy.
Bowling,
Well played. And all he has to do
bowling.
now is to carry the innings on.
Dead ball.
It is commendable how he paced himself, initially picking his deliveries wisely, but then when he lost partners at the other end, he's turned the tempo down. Coming down the track, that's well hit by Irfan Shukr, and it will run down for 4, taking on Javed.
That was a strong hit, very strong hit. There was a fielder at long off. He had no chance whatsoever. Stepped out, almost dug it out of the ground, but the strike was really clean enough and hard enough to beat the fielder. Good shot.
Oh, shuffles across. Oh, effort. You have to give Reza Rahman Raja credit for the effort. He ran quite a bit and ran quickly, but it fell through his hands. And there will be a boundary check now.
Struck that nicely there. Improvisation for Irfan Shukr. Made his intentions clear. Way outside off. And then with the turn, sweeps it high, and the TV umpire will have a decision to make. Reza Raja sliding past. Really a good attempt from him. Almost a one-handed catch. Looked like it dropped before the boundary wedges, so it will be a 4 for Irfan Shukr. Nonetheless, back-to-back boundaries.
The TV umpire AIM Moniruzzaman Tinku is passing on the message and giving confirmation to Mohammad Kamruzzaman. It was a boundary. Well played shot by Irfan Shukr. Shuffles across again. Pushes it wide of him, does Javed on this occasion.
Changes in the field setup. It's a right-hand, left-hand batting combination. Chattogram has that about them, and including Sadikur in the side, they've added one more left-hand batter. So it's always a right-hand, left-hand combination. Another left-arm spinner. Seen Nabil Samad do well, but at the end of the over, nonetheless, 11 coming from it after 14, 119 for 3.
Jack.
Camp as well, so hence there's a bit of a pause. There it is. Maybe it looks it is the hamstring. So the physios at work for the Sylhet wicket-keeper. Majid getting some treatment. So there are a lot of people, the backroom staff, the physios, the doctors, helping hands as well, coaches, managers. A A lot of work, a lot of people involved, which at the end of the day, you see these players perform on the screen, a lot of people taking care of matters around them. It's also sort of a preparation for them. As I mentioned earlier, that it is a good tournament to have leading up to something like a Bangladesh Premier League. And it's good that it's scheduled before that, before even the drafts or something of that sort takes place, because then you know which players are in form, which players you want to get for your side, which players have potential, who can be the future stars. And also, you raise your hand up and with performance try and get the attention of the selectors. The type of performance 𝗂𝗚 𝗀𝗃𝗂𝗃 has put in throughout this NCL has been impressive, and this knock overall has been impressive as well. Any loose delivery, he's picked them up, he's waited for those deliveries and played to his strengths. And above all, he's paced it according to the situation. Unbeaten on 50, and is still there in the middle.
He's had another very quick fire 50 in one of the previous knocks, and before this match was on 166 runs at a strike rate of 166. So he's actually striking at a very good strike rate comparatively today, after especially losing the wicket. You mentioned about how well he spaced his innings, understood the situation, adjusted accordingly. Still looks very fresh, intent on running those singles and doubles, and if he can go deep, there are 36 balls left, I think his strike rate might just drastically pick up.
Yeah, and you know, that's where experience comes in. Well, he is someone who has plenty of that, Irfan Shukur. A lot of games in the domestic circuit under his belt. He gives them that stability. Chattogram in the middle order does Irfan Shukur. It's good to see that Majid is back on his feet. Someone like an Abu Jaid Rahi looking to make a comeback also. Very, very eager. Has that appetite to play. Went for 10 runs in his first over, but that's when the openers were in the mood in the power play. Different circumstances now. Comes in from the Al Arafa Islami Bank end. Pulled, catches the call. Fielders are there. Falls short at the fielder at square leg.
Good start to the over from Abu Jaid Rahi. An important phase of the game. The batters with 7 wickets in hand would like to accelerate. Look how deep he goes in the crease. Tries to smash that out of the park. Just not timed it well enough. Just falls short of the fielder there. Good effort from Shahanur on that occasion.
Oh, he's launched it off the runway. It will go all the way. An effortless 6, it looked like, from 𝗂𝗚 𝗀𝗃𝗂𝗃.
What a shot. What a shot. He's showing off now, 𝗂𝗚 𝗀𝗃𝗂𝗃. That was full. Back of a hand, slower delivery from Abu Jaid Rahi. Takes it on in the slot. Beautiful head position. Stable as a rock.
Oh, top edge now. Fielder running in. Falls short. And they will come back for the second. Luck not on Rahi's side.
Beat the batter, 𝗂𝗚 𝗀𝗃𝗂𝗃, indicating that was another slower one. This time, it went high in the air, falls within the 30-yard circle. It was a well-bowled delivery there, bottom part of the bat. A nice run from long on, but yeah, just out of his reach there. Unfortunate, Abu Jaid Rahi.
Challenge taken. One too many. Down for 6. 3 slower deliveries on the trot in the arc. I wanted to compliment him for being brave, but now this is becoming too predictable.
Nice strike. Again, that leg cutter comes in. Wasn't a huge 6, just over the boundary ropes, but that would do. 6 runs nonetheless. Mahmudullah Sanjoy reaping rewards for hitting it straight over the bowler's head, twice in this over.
Short, bowled. Will be 6 again. Third 6 in this Abu Jaid Rahi over. The only difference being this was the short one, it was bowled.
Well anticipated by the batter. After 3 full deliveries, thought, yes, a short delivery could come my way, and at the moment, Rahi doesn't have that pace to disturb him. Sat on him very well. A very, very nice pull shot again. Most expensive over of this batting innings so far. 21 conceded by Abu Jaid Rahi under a bit of pressure. This is his first match of the NCL T20.
This is much better. I think I would rather have Rahi bowl to his strength instead of trying too many things. It's an expensive over. 20 runs of the 15th. 22, 141 for 3. Mahmudullah Sanjoy has picked up the run rate again. It is result of that over. 3 sixes, compiling up to 22 runs. 22 runs in that over. Nabil Samad now. Now he pushes it. Runs for a single, does Joy. I think the key to this performance by Joy has been the balance. The balance to his score. He's looked very good. He's never lost his shape, almost rarely.
He's bowled really well. Nabil Samad deserves a lot of applause. We've seen him run for stopping those doubles as well of his bowling. Shown a lot of fitness, great determination, the will to do very well for his side. He's the pick of the bowlers so far.
And because he's been the most successful, Zakir straight away has gone to him after that previous over.
He had to. You have to stop the flow of runs and maybe try and pick up Mahmudullah Sanjoy. He could be very destructive if he stays around for a few more overs. Scores already 143. Looks like 180, 190 on the cards.
Ko! He's taken that fielder on headlong on. And as we said, that he's been the best of the Sylhet bowlers today. He wants to take on the best and has hit him for 6.
He's straight hitting today. He's really picked up big time there. Not a lot of force underneath. The ball kept on flying and flying just out of the park with ease there, Mahmudullah Sanjoy. He looks the part today. He really looks the part.
Photo delivery, probably sliding down the leg, and hence Mohammad Kamruzaman nodding sideways.
A good comeback, very good comeback. This time flatter, not a lot of turn. Yes, might be going down leg, but cramped him for room and space there. Skiddy delivery.
From the inside part of the bat. Ibadat does well. I think Joy has also enjoyed that done from Shadman Islam yesterday. 150 is on the board. They've been opening together as well in test matches for Bangladesh cricket. So I think he's taken up the challenge and he wants to bat long. He is batting long. Another good over courtesy of that Mahmudullah Sanjoy 6. So it's 10 runs of the 16th. It's 151 for 3.
We are into the last 4 overs of the innings. Chattogram 151 for 3. Mahmudullah Sanjoy still there on 79 of 50. 𝗵𝗺 𝗀𝗃 18 of 15. Sylhet, after winning the toss, opted to bowl first. Chattogram responded really well. 𝗵𝗄𝗃 to bowl his 3rd over. Was a tad expensive today. Conceded 19 runs so far without picking up a wicket. He will be up against Irfan Shukkur from the Al-Arafa Islami Bank end. He's got a fine leg inside the circle, so the short third, short square leg and cover in the ring. Deep backward point, sweeper in place, long off, long on, deep mid wicket as well for the left-hander. Here comes 𝗵𝗄𝗃. Moving towards the offside, opening the face of the bat. That is a gorgeous shot. Innovation at its best. Irfan Shukkur started off with a 6 of the first ball of the over as I welcome Shanu Rabbani.
Thank you, Mazharuddin Ami, and look at the use of the crease as well. Going back, using the depth of the crease, accessing the offside, seeing that it's going to be a length ball outside the off stump from 𝗵𝗄𝗃, then using his pace. Excellent. The shot from a set batter.
Going for that reverse, slower delivery by 𝗵𝗄𝗃. Yeah, but the idea is right. Exploiting that region, keeping the bowler guessing, forcing him to change his line and length.
Yeah, it's a chess game, is cricket. It's about you miss, I hit. Reading what the bowler is going to do, and the bowler needs to try and read what the batter is going to do. Set plans accordingly, and so far Chattogram have been acing the test for the most part. Joy, we saw a century yesterday from Shadman. Joy is now on 79, not too far away.
Nicely pulled, flat batted, but straight to the fielder at deep mid wicket. He reaches to 80 now.
The two things we often talk about when it comes to batting from Bangladesh batters is that when you get a start, convert it, and when you're chasing, be there till the end. So in this case, Joy has gotten a start. It's about converting it. If he can stay on till the end, this total of 159 right now can easily surpass 200.
Once again, that typical Irfan Shukkur shot went all the way for maximum into the green stands. Second 6 of the over.
So at first we saw Irfan Shukkur playing one on the offside. This time he shuffles across a bit, again uses the crease to his advantage, and seeing that there is vacant spaces on the leg side, he played that shot aerially, but he timed it and hit it well enough that it went on to the grass banks. Excellent stuff from Shukkur. The second 6 from this over from his bat. 14 runs already as 𝗵𝗄𝗃 is having a chat with his captain.
Yeah, he's made that look effortless, Irfan Shukkur, isn't he? And that reminds me of David Cower's famous quote. It's It's hard work making batting look effortless. Irfan Shukkur is making things so easy, but let me tell you, this is not an easy shot to play.
Absolutely, and you're talking about a very stylish batter on his day, 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏, legendary English batter, who turned commentator as well. So yeah, absolutely, it is difficult work if you want to make anything look easy, and batting certainly, especially if you're batting against quality bowling, and 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 is no slouch.
Yeah, already 14 runs coming off the 4 deliveries that 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 bowled so far. With 7 wickets in hand, Irfan Shukkur has got the license to go after the bowlers now. Here comes 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 coming around the wicket. Eyeing that block hole. They say fortune favors the brave. Irfan Shukkur is brave enough. Even an outside edge here earned him a boundary.
They also say it's a batter's game, Mazhar, because this was a perfectly good delivery for this sort of a field setup. Just unfortunate that it went past the fielder, and pace sometimes can be the detriment of a bowler. We've seen on multiple occasions when it's hit the outside edge and it's gone for a boundary off the bowling of 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏. Just not his day.
Yeah, those 2 sixes actually forced 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 to change his line and length. Despite having third inside the circle, he bowled that yoker. Find his length now. 2 is the call. Irfan Shukkur is going for it. That is brilliant. That is outstanding cricket.
As good as the running was, the fielding, you could say, could have been better. After 17, it's 171 for 3.
Copy. Good job.
জাহিদ ভাই আমি একটু ওঠা যাই
ওকে যা যা
বলো রেডি হ্যাঁ ঘুরে অফ কাটার আচ্ছা আমি খেলছি ওর সমস্যা নেই
Rồi, changing over. Right, come over.
Flying start for Chattogram. Choice on 80 of 51. Shukkur 37. 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏 coming in to bowl his second over from turbo end. Started off with a full toss. Swings that away. And it goes all the way for maximum. Once again, 6 of the very first ball of the over. Pressure back on the bowler.
Low full toss dealt with accordingly. Sometimes can be difficult, but we've seen Joy play that flick whip shot to great effect in this innings, and this time another example with the gap there on the leg side. Joy moves on to 86, and he currently is the top run getter. He was on 166 runs before this match started. He's currently now on 252 runs. So he has overtaken Habibur Rahman Sohan, who has 210 runs. As far as the batters are concerned, the top run getters in this season's NCL.
White ball.
Slower delivery. Wide given. Yeah, it's also not just about scoring those runs, and the manner in which he scored those runs was phenomenal. He was in total control right from the start of this NCL T20.
Now you can see he's been working on his white ball game, that is for sure. Yesterday we saw the century from Shadman. As we take a look at the wide, the bowler losing his shape. Certainly struggling for confidence when you see that sort of a delivery from a bowler.
Outside edge, he was lucky. It didn't carry to the wicket keeper. Pace taken off by 𝗏𝗏𝗂𝗏. Good comeback.
Very good comeback, given that Joy is premeditating and looking to play exclusively on the leg side. You can see his stance, it's wide, and he's looking to access the leg side. And sometimes premeditation can hurt you. He's lucky that it didn't go straight to the keeper. Yes, he knows. He wanted to hit it to the leg side nonetheless.
Wide full toss again, back-to-back dot deliveries by Tofail. Good to see Zakir Hassan having a chat with Tofail after he was struck for a 6 in the first ball. Captaincy is the ability to think ahead of play, not to be left responding to it. So Zakir Hassan surely learning a lot of captaincy here.
Good experience for him and experience for everyone out in the middle. But there are vacant spaces on the offside. Joy easily can play over the covers. We know he has a good cover drive. There is a short cover in place, but you play over the top and you get 4.
Slower again. Straight to the fielder, and he drops it. This should have been taken. The bowler did all the hard work you can feel for this man. He was trying his best, created the opportunity, and it's the skipper, Zakir Hassan, dropped a sitter.
Yeah, we were just talking about Zakir and his captaincy, and look at that. Done everything right, and then the reverse cup sometimes doesn't work. Yeah, he's really disappointed. He's put in a lot of effort in this over. Doesn't deserve to be going for all these runs. 11 runs so far from his first 4 legal deliveries.
And wide Yorker, straight to the fielder. Another very good over so far for Chattogram. 12 already coming, 1 ball to go.
And as we mentioned that Joy can easily play that cover drive, he's now at the non-strikers end and he was practicing that shot, that I can play that shot. He didn't get it right, got lucky. Luck is on his side. He's 9 runs away from a century. Needs to make it count.
He reaches to 91 of 56. 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 37 of 20. 183 for 3. 200 is on the cards for Chattogram. Tofail to bowl the last ball of the over. Oh, what a shot! That is outstanding improvisation. A boundary to end the over. He enjoys it. Why not? Another big over comes to an end. 100 partnership as well from these two batters. 187 for 3. Yeah, the partnership between 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 and Mahmudul Hassan setting the tone for Chattogram division. 103 of just 50 deliveries. But the opening stand of 63 of 40 deliveries between Mominul and Mahmudul actually set the tone for Chattogram.
This is what happened. What a shot in the last delivery of the last over. 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 has been showing us plenty of innovation, shuffling across, sweeps, reverse sweeps, and here reverse sweeping a fast bowler. It's no easy task. So tremendous work from him. They've certainly enjoyed it. All smiles there in the gallery. 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 moves on to 41 of 21.
Catch it is the call. Fielder at deep mid-wicket. Does well to stop that boundary. But the intentions are very clear now. Mahmudul Hassan Joy reaches to 93.
Yeah, timed it well. But again, you could say on another day, That would have gone straight to a fielder. This time he gets 2 runs for it. So some shaky moments now that Joy is edging closer towards that 3-figure mark. They talk about the nervous 90s as well. Wow. He's got enough on that to go all the way. Another 6. And Joy is on 99.
This is brave batting, must say. He's on 90s, but still, he's looking to score as many runs as he can. Picked up the slower delivery so early. And it's the pace that he has. Allows him to play those shots quite comfortably.
Beautifully, beautifully hit by Joy. Partnership right now on 111 from 52 deliveries. 5 runs short of that team 200. Joy 1 run short of that 3-figure mark. We've had only 1 century so far. That happened yesterday. And now it seems like we'll have back-to-back centuries in back-to-back matches.
Yeah, he's on 99. Fine leg third inside the circle. Here comes Raja. Works away on the offside, finds the gap, gets the boundary, reaches to his maiden T20 100. Mahmudullah Hassan Joy has played an outstanding knock here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium, and he will cherish this moment for a long, long time.
Yeah, absolutely. Look at that smile. He knows that he's played a fantastic innings. Teammates appreciating the work he's done. Been there from the get-go. Yesterday, we spoke about when you start well, it's about finishing it off, finishing with a flurry, and that's exactly what Joy is doing. The last shot, which brought him the century, was not a shot of aggression or power. 59 deliveries, 8 sixes in that. 5 fours, 8 doubles, 19 singles. Excellent strike rate, over 174.
Slower bouncer attempted. Well executed in the end, not given as wide. However, Joy was asking for it.
Yeah, they want everything, the batters. But it's important to be greedy as a batter. You have to be greedy. You have to want runs. You have to want your team to score as many runs as possible. That's the only mentality that you can have to score big and score big totals.
Back of a hand slower, well picked by Mahmudullah Hassan Joy. The sound that bat made, immediately it was 6 written all over it.
That's 2 slower deliveries that have been hit for 6. 1 down the ground, and this time down the leg side, deep fine leg. He's manipulating the bowling, seeing it as big as a football, as they say. That's why he can show his array of shots, play different shots to the same delivery.
200 comes up for Chattogram. That's the second 200 plus total in this edition of NCL T20. Nicely bowled again. That's good comeback by Reza Raja. End of another big over. After 19, Chattogram 206 for 3. We are into the final over of the innings, where Chattogram already posted the highest total of this edition of NCL T20. They are 206 for 3, 6 more balls to go. So they can add few more runs. Mahmudullah Hassan Joy struck his maiden T20 100, 110 unbeaten. He will face 𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 in the final over. Full toss. Fielder at long on, takes it in the end. Not the best of timing on that occasion, but end of a very good knock from this right-hander. It's been a magnificent innings from this youngster, Mahmudullah Sanjoy, making the most out of his form and eventually takes the long walk back.
Yeah, low full tosses can be difficult at times, can bring about wickets, as was the case here. The fielding was good on this occasion. He got dropped in the 90s, but after reaching his 3-figure mark, this time down the ground, no mistake made with the catching here. Third umpire, though, just wants to have a quick look at the height. AIM Moniruzzaman Tinku wants to have a look if the ball was too high for Joy. Seeing it with the naked eye, it seemed to be a good legal delivery.
Yeah, front foot looks okay. Now we can move forward for the height. It was dipping down. However, it's worth looking at.
Yeah, it's tight, but looks to be a fair delivery here, given that Joy also was haunched, trying to get underneath the ball. Didn't middle it at the end of the day. So the decision of Joy being out will stand. But what an innings, 110 from 63, it's 206 for 4.
Yeah, that's the 100 of Mahmudullah Sanjoy. This is how he reached to his 100. Always a smile in his face. That's the best element of Mahmudullah Sanjoy. Enjoys his game. And he will cherish this moment for a long, long time. Outstanding knock. Right, 𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 is all set to bowl the final over. Picked up a wicket of the very first ball. That brings in skipper Yasir Ali into the middle. Nicely fielded at short third by Rejaur Raja. It was travelling fast.
Stung his hand. You could see him grimacing a bit in pain, but that's the sort of effort you want to see. 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 back on strike, but Yasir Ali Rabbi is the new batter. Right-handed middle order batter, can hit a long ball, captaining the team. He'll be happy with what his batting team has done so far, including the one on strike. 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 41 from just 21.
Yeah, 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 also played a great knock so far. A little cameo, 41 of 21. He will face 𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃, and he has eyed that onside region pretty often, and also executed the reverse against the fast bowlers really well, which is the reason why bowler 𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 sends Rejaur Raja, who was inside the circle at short third, back to the boundary line. He's got short third, short fine, cover, and mid-off in place inside the circle. He's got a deep point and wideish third. Here comes 𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃. Moves towards his off. He moved a lot, but 𝗃𝗃𝗀𝗃 kept the basics right, targeted the stump, and hits the timber.
As I said, it's about you miss, I hit in this game. Yeah, exposing all three stumps, seeing them dislodged. He'd made up his mind, he'd play on the leg side, try and access that leg side boundary. Still gets a fist bump from his captain for the work he's done, running very fast into the dugout because he knows he's got a job with the wicket-keeping gloves in a very short while, has to get ready. disappointed with that shot, but he's played a very good innings. It's 207 for 5.
That's a leg.
Rubel, the new man in for Chattogram, he will take the strike. As 𝗃𝗧 picked up 2 wickets in the 3 deliveries that he bowled in the final over of the innings. In the air, finds the gap. Will it reach the fence? It's a teaser for the fielder, who ran all the way from long off, coming for the third. That's good running between the wicket as well.
Yeah, really good hustle shown there by the 2 batters to bring Yasir Ali Rabbi on strike. And looking to play it into the gap. The fielding at times from Sylhet has been a little wayward, a little lackluster. The captain Zakir, he's already dropped a catch, probably facing the pressure of captaincy and all these runs against his bowling unit.
In the air again, not the best of timing. Long off fielder in business. Oh boy. Zakir Hassan is having a terrible time out in the field today. Unfortunate. He won't be happy.
Drop catches, now missed fields. Just a while ago we saw him running to try and save with his feet, and he did that well. But on this occasion he can only look at himself and blame himself. Whatever is bothering him, sometimes you just have one of those days where it's not going your way, and that seems to be the case for Zakir. 8 runs so far from this over.
Last ball of the innings. Yasir Ali on strike. Attempted Yorker, nicely timed, straight to the fielder, takes the catch. So it's been a very good final over from 𝗃𝗧. He picked up 3 wickets, conceding just 7 runs. Some sort of momentum now behind Sylhet, but they will have to chase the highest total of this edition of Al Arafa Islami Bank presents NCL T20 powered by Turbo. 214 for 5 is what Chattogram division managed to post. And it's been a wonderful batting display, courtesy of Mahmudullah Sanjoy's brilliant 100.
Absolutely, and it's been a complete batting performance. Joy has been ably supported by his cohorts, the likes of Mominul. Sadiqur Rahman also came in, scored some quick runs, and then the late order burst from Irfan Shukr. But this was the last delivery, the last wicket. The captain being dismissed. A good catch taken at the deep by Asadullah Al-Ghalib. The reverse cup working on this occasion, yes. A little disappointed, wanted it to go slightly ahead of that fielder, over the fielder's head. But in the end, they've managed a mammoth total, which will take some chasing. And the likes of Zakir Hassan, who we were speaking about just a while ago, who's dropped a catch, a few misfields, he'll have to be crucial with the bat when Sylhet come in to chase all these runs.
Yeah, it's been a total domination with the bat from the Chattogram division. Right at the top, Mahmudullah Sanjoy, top scoring with 110 of just 63 balls. He scored his maiden T20 100. Was well supported by Mominul at the other end, opening the innings 32 of just 19, and later on it was Irfan Shukr playing that cameo of 41 of just 22 deliveries, as Chattogram go on to post 214 for 6 after 20 overs.
Yeah, as far as the bowling is concerned, it's been one-way traffic. Most of the bowlers going for a lot of runs. Rahi, Ibadat all over 10. 𝗃𝗧, though, picked up 3 wickets in his 3 overs, the 3 wickets in the final over. And then you have Samad, who bowled 4 overs for just 24 runs, picking up 2 wickets. Ghalib also bowled well, 4 overs without picking up a wicket. He picked up, he gave away just 29 runs.
Yeah, the way Chattogram started off, they were well set to post a big total on the board, courtesy of 𝗵𝗚𝗀, who played some gorgeous shots, was cheeky using the pace of the bowler, and 𝗵𝗚𝗀 𝗂𝗂𝗃 developed a wide range of shots recently, and getting the reward of that, he looked solid until 𝗵𝗚𝗀 was caught in the deep by Nabil Samad, well judged, and then Shahzad Deepu also trying to make some room, was bowled by Nabil Samad. Sadikur also comes in and played some shots before being dismissed. A deep mid-wicket by Nabil Samad, who picked up 2 wickets. But since then it was 𝗵𝗚𝗀 and 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃 scored some quick runs and made sure Chattogram go on to post over 200 on the board.
That was Joy's 50 and 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃 showing his innovation, while Joy, he showed some timing, straight down the ground, pulling anything that's short, power on this occasion. Again, finding the right gaps was 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃, square of the wicket. That was some bad luck for Ibadat. Punishing the full tosses. He was dropped here just before he scored 90, and then he hit a 6 to reach 99. Before this was the shot that brought about Joy's first T20 century. Then he played some gorgeous shots before being dismissed in the final over by Tofail. Tofail would pick up 2 more wickets in the final over, that of 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃, and then Yasir Ali Rabbi, the opposition captain, he would be dismissed. But they've managed a massive total. And we will go downstairs where Ahmed bin Parvez is ready with a player interview.
সাদিকুর, আজকে খুবই ভালো পারফরমেন্স হয়েছে ওভারঅল চিটাগাংয়ের, এবং আজকে আপনারও ফার্স্ট ম্যাচ ছিল, তো যে পরিস্থিতিতে নেমেছেন তারপর ওভারঅল যে পরিস্থিতিটা দেখলেন, হাউ গুড ওয়াজ দ্য ব্যাটিং উইকেট, এত রান উঠলো?
বিসমিল্লাহির রহমানির রহিম। টু বি অনেস্ট, শুরুর দিকে আমরা আসলে একটু দ্বিধার মধ্যে ছিলাম যে এখানে রানটা কত হবে। তো আমাদের সিনিয়র প্লেয়াররা আমাদেরকে পরবর্তীতে বললো যে এখানে 150-60 গুড এনাফ। তো আমরা আসলে 150-60 সেই হিসাবে খেলা শুরু করছিলাম, কিন্তু যখন আমরা খেলতে থাকলাম অ্যাট দ্য সেম টাইম উইকেট গেটিং ইজিয়ার টু প্লে, তো আস্তে আস্তে দেখলাম যে সেই রানটা 70-80 চলে যাচ্ছিলো। এবং জয় এবং ইরফানকে অনেক ধন্যবাদ যে তারা এত সুন্দর খেলার কারণে রানটা 214-তে চলে গেছে।
আপনারও কিন্তু ব্যাটিংটা শুরুতে খুব ভালো হয়েছে, হাই স্ট্রাইক রেটে ব্যাট করছিলেন, তারপর আউট হয়ে গেলেন, মিস আউট করে ফেলেছেন, এরকম একটা আক্ষেপ আছে নাকি এরকম একটা উইকেটে?
না, আসলে টি-20 খেলাটা এমনই, আপনার এখানে মোমেন্টামটা কখনোই আমরা চাইবো না লুজ করতে। তো মোমেন্টামটা ধরে রাখার জন্য আমাদের ওদের উপর প্রেশারটা ক্রিয়েট করার জন্য আমাদেরকে অলওয়েজ পজিটিভ মাইন্ডসেট আপে ব্যাটিংটা করাটা খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট। তো আমরা আমাদের প্ল্যান অনুযায়ী ব্যাটিং করছি এবং এন্ড অফ দ্য ডে আমরা আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো করছি।
আশা করি সামনের ম্যাচগুলোতেও সুযোগ পাবেন এবং দারুণ খেলবেন সাদিকুর। ওয়েল প্লেড ওভারঅল।
অসংখ্য ধন্যবাদ।
Yes, it was a collective approach from the batters as they go on to post the highest total of this edition of NCL T20, as Sylhet need 215 runs to win this game. We'll come back shortly with the chase. Don't go anywhere. Hello and welcome back from Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. It's match number 23 of this 𝗚 Islamic Bank presents NCL T20 powered by Turbo between Chattogram and Sylhet division. After being sent to bat, Chattogram go on to post the highest total of this edition of NCL T20 as the target for Sylhet is 215. It's gonna be a monumental task for Sylhet, where Chattogram riding on Mahmudullah Hassan Joy's maiden T20 100 along with Irfan Shukkur adding 41 of just 22, go on to post 214 for 6 in 20 overs. I'm alongside 𝗂𝗏𝗧 Ghosh. Very good afternoon, 𝗂𝗏𝗧. It's going to be a tough ask for Sylhet.
Very good afternoon, Mazhar. Very good afternoon, all. Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a tough ask, and it has been already a tough outing for them. As you see at the economy rates, bowlers going over 16, 13, 12 runs and over. Ghalib bowled well, was economical but did not get a wicket. Nabil Samad bowled really well, 2 for 24. And Tufail, even though he was expensive, managed 3 wickets in the very last over. So rewarded for his determination and consistency. But they've got a mammoth total, and as you mentioned, that this is the highest total of this edition of the 𝗚 Islamic Bank NCL T20 powered by Turbo. Sylhet need 215 to chase.
Yeah, they need to come up with the A game. Sylhet hasn't had the best of times so far in this edition, and they are searching for that win. They need something special here to pull off a win in this match, where Chattogram looks solid with the bat. Can they come up with a similar sort of approach with the ball? We'll have to wait and see, as the two openers of Sylhet division are all set to make their way in the middle. Skipper Zakir Hassan alongside Omid will open the innings for Sylhet, and they will be looking to provide that blistering start. The two umpires are also making their way in the middle, as the players and the match officials are all set for the second half of this game.
Sylhet still looking for their second win in this tournament. The first win came in the early days, which was against Bodishal, and that too was a close encounter. In the end, they won that match by 2 wickets, thanks to the heroics of Rezaur Rahman Raja. But ever since that, it seems as if they're missing their mojo, and particularly, at least in some of the matches, it seemed like they're lacking in their batting order. TV umpire ehimZ Tinku. But as the tournament progressed, it seems that now their bowlers are taking a pounding as well, struggling on occasions.
Yeah, bowlers had a tough day, apart from Nabil Samad, who remained the standout performer with the ball for Sylhet, picked up 2 wickets, conceding just 24 from his 4 overs. But apart from that, all the other bowlers went under the pump. Match referee, the ever-dashing Akhtar Ahmed Shipar, is observing the proceedings here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium, as Rubel, who's got the new ball in his hand, bowled really well so far in this edition of NCL T20. He's the sort of mystery spinner that Chattogram division has, and utilized him really well so far.
Play.
Omid to face the first ball. A bit of swing in the air right away. Rubel, he's got that element of swinging the ball with the new ball.
He does that with the new ball. Gets the ball to float. He has many other varieties.
Just a bit away from you.
Not afraid to float the ball later on. Can bowl leggies and off spinners as well. It's been one of the finds of this NCL. Zakir Hassan, the team really needs him to fire.
Yeah, hasn't had the best of day in the field today. Dropped a catch, missed a few fielding opportunities. Mohammad Rubel, as we mentioned, got that variety. He can turn the ball both ways and also has that carom delivery. Shot outside the off, but straight to the fielder.
Still early on in his career. Learn a lot going forward. Also like to see how he deals with pressure.
Nice.
Straight to the fielder again. A bit of misfield allows Zakir Hassan to take that single and gets off the mark.
A throw at the non-strikers end. Well, direct hits can always be touch and go, are close. Most likely Zakir Hassan would have made it.
No run!
Nicely bowled again.
Maris, joy!
Yeah, you mentioned the fact that still early days for Rubel, but he's been provided that exposure from the team management, from the captain as well, given the responsibility to bowl in the power plays with the new ball. That itself will give him a lot of confidence as a youngster, as a newcomer, who's just promoted his game. He was the leading wicket taker in the first division league. Inside edge, could have gone anywhere.
Almost chopped it on. You see 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃 constantly speaking to him. Yeah, skid on after pitching.
What a ball! Rubel strikes in the very first over. Outfoxed Zakir Hassan, who came down the track and missed it completely as 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃 does the rest.
He's walking. He's already walking, is Zakir Hassan, because he knows. Just mentioned that before the delivery was bowled, 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃 is constantly speaking to Rubel. Came down the track. That one kept low. So this is a very good take from 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃. Taking it low and quickly takes the bail from. Zakir goes for one. Let lose their first on 3.
Right to Alex stump.
Spin from both ends. Naeem Hassan with the new ball in his hand. 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃𝗃, as you mentioned rightly, that kept a bit low as well. He was in good position, 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃, good grab, and immediately dislodging the bells. Zakir Hassan hasn't had the best of days today. Short ball, pulled away. Straight to the field at deep mid-wicket.
Just picking up from the stump mic. 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃 speaking away, even guiding the fielder. Catch it was the call, and then just alerting the fielder that the ball is going to cut back. It's going to swerve, so be careful. And then he calls for the ball to be thrown at his end, and then discontent as it wasn't.
He's a character, 𝗵𝗺𝗃𝗃. He's always chirping and chatting with the bowlers, fielders, even with the batters at times. That can be annoying as a batter. And that reminds me of one wicket keeper from Bangladesh.
Oh!
Any guesses from Annoy?
Does he fly planes?
You're in the right track. Launched off the runway.
No worries, Naeem.
Yeah, that was on the shorter side. Easy picking. First boundary of the innings for Sylhet. Came off the bat of Khalid.
It was quick to shift back onto the back foot. Khalid Hassan, it was not that short, was quick to pick that up. The length, no fielder there as the mid-wicket and long on both inside the circle.
In the air, but it was flat. He made sure it goes past the fielder's head. Back-to-back boundaries for Khalid and Sylhet.
He's coming round the wicket. This occasion, the batter got plenty of room to free those hands. Yes, Naeem got some purchase, some turn was there. But again, off the back foot, that's nicely played. Back-to-back boundaries.
Need to adjust the length here. Naeem slightly on the shorter side. Better, much better. Huge shot, confident shot from the bowler. And look at Irfan Shukr, animated. Shading down the leg side. End of an eventful over by Naeem. The 12 for 1.
রুবেল তুই রিল্যাক্সে বোলিং করবি সৌরভ ভাই একটু আসতে পারবেন রুবেলের বল হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে দূরে আসলে হবে সাদিক ভাই এদিকে
12 for 1 after 2. Sylhet are in chase of 215. Here comes Rubel.
What's that? Oh, Deepu Baka, oh, Deepu!
The bowls had a flatter trajectory, doesn't give enough flight for the batters. And at times, balls keeping low with the lack of pace behind it, making things even more difficult for the batters. Swag sweep, catch it was the call. One bounce to Mominul in the deep.
Yes, spot on. He is flatter, sometimes quicker through the air, particularly with the new ball. And that understanding itself is priceless.
He's got good control, must say. As a mystery spinner, it's never easy to control those balls. But he's been superb so far. What a delivery. This is close. This is close. That was very close. Hit him in the back leg. The only question is whether it's going to miss the stump or not.
Or if there was any bat involved. Coming around the wicket, that angle is still there. It's the back foot. I think this was a very good shout.
Naeem, ball that guys. Oh yes,
Naeem does well. Mid on.
Naeem. Oh, beauty, Naeem.
Single taken. That was actually a very good shout, Sean. Right?
Yeah, with you on that, unless just a bit of spike on that meter. Which
again on the shorter side. A rare bad delivery from Rubel and was punished by Amit.
Yeah, well played, well played. Again, they're good to use their feet. Good footwork, moving the front leg away. Then using that nicely, putting away through deep mid-wicket for 4.
Nice comeback again, keeping Tad low. End of the over. Sylhet 18 for 1.
বোলিং যারা করবে রিল্যাক্স এটা ভালো মারি দিছে ও খাট নাড়া তো মারি দিছে লং বল আউট কি ওর সময় এটা ভালো তো ওর সময় দিকে মারুক না বোলিং করতে পারে না যে নাইম চাইছে তাহলে করে দে
18 for 1 after 3 Sylhet. Naeem to continue from the Al-Arafa Islami Bank end. They are in chase of 215 and they already lost their skipper Zakir Hassan. On the left side, it's a quick single. Not taking anything away from the Chattogram batters, but it was a good toss to lose for them. They were sent to bat, and the two openers provided that solid start, and since then it was Mahmudullah Hassan Joy scored his maiden T20 100. Goes for the big shot, deep mid-wicket fielder, just going away from him. I think he was late to react, perhaps. He should have started early.
Slightly. Sadikur Rahman, the fielder, had a fair bit of ground to cover. Shuffles across the batter. Down on one knee, 𝗂𝗵𝗃 Hassan did not get it from the sweet part of the bat. He's covered the ground, then gone through the hands. It's a boundary check. TV umpire AIM Munir Tinku just trying to confirm. I think that has gone all the way. That's what it looks like. Tricky, just trying to confirm where the ball landed. I think it landed inside the ropes. Boundary, confirmation.
Catch it again is the call from the wicket-keeper. Not enough timing there. Saved 𝗂𝗵𝗃 in the end. Yeah, just going back to my point, Shraman, Sylhet were searching for their second win. They have already played 5 matches, winning the toss. And perhaps Zakir Hassan misread the surface. That was the boundary there. Opportunity was also missed. So, in the air again, nicely played. This is better. This is very good from Khalid.
Yeah, well played. And they've scanned the field well. Again, not too short, not too full. He's played it on the rise. Firm base. Nicely put away through deep extra. Second boundary of this over.
Good surface to bat on. Nicely bowled again, looking for the quick single. Overthrow allows them to take another one. Yeah, just to finish my point, Shraman, Zakir Hassan, I think, misread the surface. And that reminds me of my wife, actually. Pitches are like wives. You can never tell how they are going to turn out.
It's left me speechless. 4 done, it's 30 for 1.
কর টাইমটা নষ্ট করে হ্যাঁ টাইম নষ্ট কর ফিতা আমারটা লাগাইতে পারলে ফিতা আমারটাও লাগাই খুলে ফিতা লাগাইতেছস দেখতেছি না এখন স্কোয়ার লেগ ভাই এখন স্কোয়ার লেগ থাকেন রোহানের সময় স্কোয়ার লেগ থাকেন
Amit, change of bowling. Left arm. Coming over round.
12 of the previous over, the power plays. In terms of runs, going not so badly for Sylhet, but they've lost Zakir Hassan in the process as well. Changing the bowling for Chattogram. Rohan comes in. 𝗂𝗵𝗃 Hassan started well, opening the batting for Sylhet. Khalid hitting a few nice blows in the previous over. Looks to be in good touch. It's a very good wicket to bat on. Straight away down the ground, finds the gap. Beautifully caressed through the covers, 𝗂𝗵𝗃 Hassan. Nice boundary to kick off over number 5. Welcome back, Shahnur.
Thank you, AVP. Yeah, as you mentioned, drove that very nicely. Technically an efficient player. We know that about Amit. He's been among the runs for Sylhet. They need runs from him if they are to chase down this very, very big total. But what's more important is making use of the power play overs, make the field restrictions, manipulate them, use them to your advantage. This time it's down the leg side, and it's going to be another boundary, back-to-back boundaries from back-to-back deliveries for Amit.
Nicely struck. Fluent cover drive in the previous one, and this time just on his knees, nicely in position for that sweep. Nobody in the deep in the cow corner region. Finds the gap. Back-to-back fours for Amit Hassan. Moves on to 21 of 11. A very good start. Again steps out. Slightly shorter. Result the same. Another boundary. 3 on the trot from Amit.
Hat trick, yeah? And as I just mentioned a while ago, you have to use these field restrictions to your advantage. And that's exactly what Amit is trying to do. So far, so good in this over. The required rate is 11.16. So they need a few big overs in these power plays. And Rohan, on all 3 occasions, he's been slightly short. This time, checks his length. Gets it a bit fuller. Cramps Amit for room. Can only get a single.
I think it's about the mindset of the batters. Spoken to Sadikur, one of the batters on show for Chattogram, the previous knock. He said initially the batters thought 150, 160. And then when they came on to bat, when they put bat on ball, they realized the surface is really good. So good for batting. It could be braver. And then went on and posted 214. And look at the response from Sylhet. It's very positive at the moment. Still going around the wicket for the left-hander. A bit of yes, no, but a misfield as well from Rubel. Second run taken. Could have avoided that Chattogram.
One of the reasons the misfield happened is because he was being put under pressure by the batters, and you could see the wicketkeeper saying fast at the non-strikers and throw it, throw it. And that sort of put him off as well.
Short, off the bottom end of the bat and straight to the fielder, Mominul. Won't get an easier catch to take, and Rohan picks up his man in the final delivery of the over. The last ball of the over yields a wicket, and Khalid looks distraught. End of over number 5 with that wicket. Khalid has to depart for 18. It's 45 for 2.
Take a look at this. It was short there to be hit, but he hit it straight to the fielder at cover point. Mominul made no mistake. And in the end, the bowler has the final laugh. Amit is there, but he's lost his partner, and Khalid gone for 18. 45 for 2. File being brought up the order to up the ante. The required run rate, it's around 11.5. The current run rate is exactly 9. If it were to rain, the DL par score would be 49. So they're not too far from that. They need wickets in hand. When you get set, when you start getting runs, the likes of Amit, you need to stay on till the end if you're chasing a big total. As Sharif comes into the attack. Down the leg side, straight to the fielder. Though, ABP, I want to ask you that if you're chasing a total like this, What is the mindset that you want to have as a batter?
I think the first thing that will kick into the batter's minds is that they've been on the field. They've seen how the wicket plays. So first things first, you have to trust the wicket, that it's a very good batting wicket. As you see, Ahmed Sharif start off. Quick run taken. If it's a good wicket to bat on, the next part is, I think, about trusting your own abilities. Within the power plays, the batters have that license. Oh, no, I think he made it on time. And once you go and play with no inhibitions, with bravery, and just try to play through the line, of course, you have to judge which bowlers to attack as well. So all these things come into play, and after a few overs, like where Sylhet are at the moment, they still are in the game, I must say. Just have to keep those wickets in. And also try and find those deliveries from where they can maximize the scoring. And of course, which is a very much given thing nowadays, try to minimize the number of dot balls. So strike rotation, finding those gaps, targeting those bowlers, and most importantly, trusting the wicket.
Yeah, which is why you mentioned that the players thought 160 would be a good total, and they ended up getting way more because they got set. And then they made use of those conditions. They put pressure on the opposition. Momentum can shift very quickly in this format of the game. If you keep doing the right things, the other team might make a mistake, and that's when you get momentum and advantage your way. Sharif seems to be struggling with his run-up a bit, twice now in this over, just missing his rhythm perhaps.
I've seen his misses run-up on previous occasions as well, in the previous match that he played. This is his second game. Beautiful Yorker there. Not easy when you're replacing someone like Hassan Mahmood. It is obviously a very talented bowler.
That was very close to the stumps. Have to mention that. Very close. And only missing it by whiskers. But Amit didn't get any bat on ball. Yeah, who are they supporting? No guesses there that they're fans of Sylhet, but the home team. Driven down the ground, it's a no ball. As I mentioned, the home team hasn't lived up to perhaps their expectations. Still nice to see that the fans are coming as the free hit is signaled.
Yeah, that's the best part of being a fan. Through thick and thin, you keep on supporting your club, as we see the foot fault there from Sharif. Struggled with his rhythm, struggled with his run-up, so it's not a very big surprise that this happens as well. But this is a free hit. Tofail on strike. Again. Oh, this is not good news for him. Yasir Rabbi standing at long off, or mid-off, to be precise. Might go and just have a word with him. Just ask him what's wrong.
Also, I think you have to keep in mind the over rate as well. This has been a very lengthy over. Too many times he's missed his run-up. As a result, the free hit came about, but no damage done as the 50 comes up in the 6th over. End of 6 overs, in fact. From 36 deliveries, yes, but with perhaps another delivery left in this over. Whipped away. Omid gets a boundary to finish the over. Turns it into a good one. After 6, it's 54 for 2.
Signaling for the end of the power play. Umpire Kamruzaman alongside Morshed Ali Khan Shumon as Hassan Murad is being brought in. He's had a very good NCL T20 so far amongst the wickets, bowling with a lot of guile, very hard to get away. Would be a challenge for the two right-handers now, especially with the field spread out. Profile 2 of 2, just getting started, was one of the stars in the previous edition of the NCL T20, played for Rangpur on that occasion, who turned out to be champions. This time he's part of the Sylhet setup. Did not have a great NCL so far, but this is a perfect situation for him to showcase his talent. The left arm spin of Hassan Murad.
Hold on, hold dead ball. Irfan, chase karo bhaiya.
Again, a soft start. We've seen quite a few of these stop starts from the bowlers. Appeal. Slightly going down leg, it seems.
That also crept very low, ABP. So that will be a lot of encouragement for the bowler. And put a lot of doubt into the batter's mind.
Again, down the leg, sliding down the leg. The intention from the batter initially is just to stay on the back foot. Not sure the length that Hassan Murad bowls, that's a very good idea. This time steps out. Still a dot. Pressure piling.
Yeah, absolutely. 𝗃𝗧 is the new man in the middle. Yet to really get going. Can play big shots.
Had a closer look at 𝗃𝗧 when they played as part of the emerging team against South Africa. Did well over there, both with bat and ball. Can hit big. We all know about his big hitting prowess, but here's a situation where you have to hold on, play a big knock, not just hit hard, but stay longer in the crease. Well bowled.
Yeah, that was the one that goes straighter, flatter. And you could see the wicket-keeper, Irfan Shukr, getting very animated, thinking that he almost had the wicket.
Pulled away. It was in the air. Confusion between the batters whether to take the second to decide against it. End of over number 7. Just the 2 runs from it. 56 for 2.
নাইমের কিন্তু কষ্ট হয়ে যাচ্ছে গা
Well, it's a 56 for 2, target of 215. We're into the 8th over. Power play is done, and the first over after the power play was a very good one for the bowling side, Chattogram. They'll want to continue in that vein, but Sylhet, they're on the back foot. The field is spread out for Rohan. Looks to free his arms, does Omid. Excellent fielding there at the deep. Keeping it down to 2. Yasir Ali Rabbi doing the fielding. There is a long off, a long on in place along with a deep extra cover. Deep mid wicket, deep square leg for Amit, who's on 35 from 21.
Optimistic, very optimistic. Now, thankfully for the Sylhet batters, the fielder just couldn't get up on time. Again, confusion between the batters. That was way outside off, and again, very optimistic from the keeper.
Sometimes we see that keepers, they can get animated. Irfan Shukur is quite a character behind the stumps.
Oh, no run, no run.
Keeping things very tight is Rohan. The first over, he proved to be expensive, was too short. Has fixed his lines and lengths immediately, but Tofail, he's on 3 from 7, yet to really play any fluent shots.
Oh my God!
Another dot ball.
Utter confusion between the two batters. That is something that they will be wary of.
On toes, Rohan.
The Chattogram fielders would know.
On toes,
Might
Rohan,
have
yes,
a chance.
my boy.
Oh, how did that miss the stumps? Ball's running away as well. Mahmudullah Sanjoy with a big chase, a couple of runs being taken. It's all happening here.
And it's creeping very low. It's from that Al Arafa Islami Bank end, from where Hassan Murad also bowled a while ago. This time Rohan. Look at that. This is not great news for the batters. But luckily Tofail survives.
No run, my boy!
Dot ball to end the over after 8 at 61 for 2.
Sorry, I mean board system na beta. Show 3. Sul বসাবো। আমি বলতে গেছি গা। রাপে শেষ করে আমাকে কথা বলতে না।
Dancing in the aisles, Bangladesh flag in their hands. These young kids are enjoying themselves. Oh, nice from Amit. Wants to join in as well, entertaining the crowd with another boundary of the first ball of over number 9. Was nicely struck. And with a happy face, watching that beautiful cover drive is Shamanwal Ghosh, who's just beside me.
Yeah, you need to see some intent. That is definitely there today from the Sylhet batters, Omid Hassan in particular. It's nicely played, didn't try to overhit it. Back foot and hits it straight. Yeah, but in terms of the target, required run rate is 12.77. So they'll have to go with all guns blazing if they are to go anywhere near the target. The last 10 overs, Chattogram accumulated 129 runs. Gone! Murad has cleaned Tofail up.
Another wicket, and accuracy pays off. Sylhet batters needed to take those risks. Started the over off well, but it's Hassan Murad, and it's very tough to get rid of him. Play big shots against him consistently because he's so accurate. Again, wider from the crease, round arm bowling action through the gate. Beautiful bowling. Yes, he's got his man. The file has to go. He departs for 3, 66 for 3 Sylhet.
Murad getting his first wicket in this match. Just luring the batter. 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗂𝗧 was a bit late to go through with the shot. Went down on one knee and then was not to the pitch of the ball either. The gesture told you that it came quickly to him and the stumps rattled. Now it's the wicketkeeper batter in 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃𝗵𝗺, left-handed batter who's come in for Sylhet.
Field widespread evenly on both sides. An opportunity again for a new batter, Mazid, to show what he can do with the bat. In terms of required runs, it's already over 13. So whatever has to be done quick.
They're looking for the double, but the 2 was not on.
Was such a good start to the over with that boundary from Amit, a very confident one. Then he rotates strike, and that wicket again creates a setback. They haven't been that bad in terms of the run chase, still way over 7 and over. They'll strike that, but losing wickets in critical moments, I think, stunts the kind of momentum you want. You need to score above 200 and chase this down. It's already very difficult.
Got him! Bowled again! And this time, this is the set batter in Omid Hassan, who falls to Hasan Murad.
Crashing onto the stumps once again, and a familiar sight for Hasan Murad. Again, accurate, off stump uprooted. Still on the back foot, but just could not contend with the skid that he gets. Hasan Murad really having a good time with the ball in this Al Arafa Islamic Bank NCL T20 powered by Turbo. Top scorer Omid Hassan departs for 40. He's made it in quick time. It's 67 for 4 Sylhet.
Two fresh new batters in the crease because Hasan Murad has struck twice in the previous over. Quite run rate, an uphill task. The target in the air, fielder there, another one to fall. And this time of the bowling of Mohammad Rubel, who gets his second. 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃𝗵𝗺 gone.
An easy take in the end for the fielder. They had to go for it. There's no other way here for Sylhet. The keeper batter Mazid tried to strike Rubel straight down the ground. The idea was right, just not enough elevation and power in that shot, and a very, very well judged catch. Rubel celebrates another wicket to his name, and he's picked up 8 wickets now in the tournament. So Mazid, short stay, just 1 run to him. It's 67 for 5, and it's drinks as well.
ঠিক আছে একটা কাজ করতে পারোস এটাকে এদিকে আনতে পারোস
They've lost the last 3 wickets in quick interval. Third on 66, fourth on 67, fifth on 67 as well. So the Chattogram team is on a hat-trick. There was a wicket of the last ball of Murad's over. And wicket of the first ball of this over, 𝗵𝗺𝗀𝗃𝗀𝗃. One left-hander replacing another. It is going to be Mohammad Rubel. Round the wicket. Nicely behind it.
Rubel has been one of the finds of the tournament. And in an era where nearly every country has a lot of mystery spin, Bangladesh might have stumbled upon one more here. We obviously had seen Ali Islam on show, currently recovering from injury. One of the ones that comes to mind. And Rubel with his variations really seems to trouble the batters. We've seen this. Asadullah Ghali and Javed, the two batters. Sylhet struggling at the moment, and they have to contend with Rubel, and they decided to have a slip fielder and then decides against it.
Places him at point. Yeah, he's been impressive, Mohammad Rubel. Even though he's bowled well, Irfan Shukr always keeping him on his toes.
He's helped him the most in his career path, so I think he has this special relationship with Rubel. Really wants him to do well, pushing him to stride even further, asking him to bowl a tad bit on the shorter side maybe.
And rightly so. Maybe he expects a lot from him, because if you're to graduate and be promoted to the next level, you'll be up against top-class batters, where batters will go after you. They, you know, with analysis and data, everything around, they will figure out a way in how to deal with you. Oh, throw could be, yes! He's hit the stumps. One go, and he has struck. Not the best of calling between the batters, but Rubel contributes with another wicket, but with a throw through his fielding.
Brilliant. This is brilliant work from Chattogram and Rubel. Off his own bowling, Shukr screaming, throw at the bowler's end. He does. Just 1.5 stumps to aim at. Brilliant throw. Excellent fielding from Rubel. The batter had no chance. That wasn't a single. There wasn't a single as well. So the calling was pretty ordinary.
Look at how quick he was, and spot on with that, ABPB, that 1.5 stumps. Gone for one is Asadullah Ghali. Sylhet in spot of bother, 70 for 6.
এইটা কিন্তু ভালো মারে, এইটা কিন্তু ভালো মারে, এইটাকে কেউ লুজ দিস না, ভালো মারে কিন্তু কেউ লুজ নিস না, এদিকে না ভাই, এদিকে তুই থাক, এ নামো, কেউ কিন্তু লুজ নিস না, তুই যাই দিকে না হইলে উনারে চাপে ডানাতি ডানাতি।
Well, after 10, that's how the comparison looks like. 15 runs the difference, but the wickets column.
11 না 10 ওভার 9 ওভার 2 বলে জিংসি ছিল।
That's what it says. And Chattogram had the set batter in Mahmudullah Hasan Joy in. That's the difference it makes when someone from the top order who's set, who's got his eyes in, stays in for a long time. Raja Raman Raja. Well, the only match Sylhet won, he contributed with quick runs, but quick runs will not solve that. It has to be extraordinary from Sylhet if they're going to turn this match around. Hassan Murad
normal.
Got a couple in his previous over, is back from the turbo end. Mixing it up quite nicely. Running the first one hard. Yes and no, yes and no. And once you've been a victim of a run out, then all sorts of confusion might also creep into your head. 𝗵𝗂𝗃𝗧 was there. It's just plain and simple case of misunderstanding.
Javed coming over.
Now Javed, the left-hander on strike. Deep square leg and deep mid-wicket in place for him.
Oh, yes, baby.
Goes outside the off. He gets a single.
144 runs to win. 58 balls remain. 6 wickets down. Almost down and out. Target of 215 proving too big for Sylhet. They conceded 200 runs in the previous match as well, which was rained out. The bowling hasn't been good for them. The batters haven't clicked, so they did not have a good NCL T20 so far. The only win they had was a very close encounter against Borishal, where Reza Raja bailed them out of jail.
Non-German lag in the 𝗶𝗺𝗃𝗍.
Yeah, and just have this feeling, you know. I think the initial part of this 𝗂𝗚 Islamic Bank NCL T20 powered by Turbo, the bowlers were getting into rhythm, but did not get adequate support from the batters. But gradually, I think that has also come down. 11 done. Sylhet 73 for 6.
ডায়াগোনালি ভালো ঢুকতেছে, বেশি ঢুকে যাচ্ছে আবার। আউট হবে না আর কি। কি রে? বিপুত এমনি কথা বলে না, তাছাড়া কি হয়েছে? সেন্টার প্লিজ।
রাইট ইউ আর সেন্টার।
রোহন বললে কি দাঁড়ানো বললে কি সমস্যা আছে? না না বলে দিব আমি ভিতরে দাঁড়ালে। এই বেটা শুধু বাতাস দেখতেছস মারতেছস না।
Well, there's going to be a change in bowling from the 𝗂𝗚 Islamic Bank end. It will be Rohan.
একটু বেশি সামনে চলে আসছে, এত সামনে আসতে দরকার নাই।
He too slows it down to get some turn off the surface.
এই রেডি থাকিস, ক্যাচ যাইবো।
He's bowled well. 1 for 17 of his first 2. But the spinners of Chattogram have got their mojo, got into their zones, say that because Rubel,
সাদিক ঠিক আছে, নাই মাসুক,
same as Rohan's jersey number, which is 8. Mohammad Rubel has gone on to 8 wickets. With 8 wickets, he's now the lead wicket taker in this 𝗂𝗚 Islamic Bank NCL T20 powered by Turbo, and he's followed by Hassan Murad. Oh, that's brilliantly bowled. That is a beautiful delivery.
Yes, the two spinners on show for Chattogram have been on top. As we have another look at that top delivery from Rohan. Oh, Scott turn. Face of the bat turning too soon.
This time it goes with the arm, keeps slow through the legs of the wicket keeper. Yeah, Hassan Murad just behind Rubel with 7 wickets, so he's not too far behind. And their top order batters have also clicked. They're also in the leading run scorers, Parvez?
Yes, absolutely. Joy with that joyful innings today. That 100 takes him to close to 270 runs already in this tournament. He had 166 before this, so clearly the top run scorer by a margin. leading the charts. Chattogram would also want to lead the points table if they get this win today, this match. They have a possibility of doing that, at least for the time being. It's a double header here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. We have another match coming up where Dhaka will be playing, so it's been a cat and mouse race between Dhaka and Chattogram to the top of the table.
And in terms of top run scorers, Shahbaz Hussain Deepu must be in the top 10 as well. Mominul Haq not too far behind either. So and Irfan Shukr is also there. Land of the 12th. It's 75 for 6 Sylhet.
Everyone, short third man ja. Murad. 4 minutes plus. Sorry, left arm Mela. Double bowling change. Right arm over.
There will be a change in bowling from the turbo end. It will be some seam. So giving everyone a go is Yasir Ali Chaudhary. Oh, chopped it on! As Rahatul Firdaus Javed, and the change in bowling has worked. There's a change in the com box as well. Shanu Rabbani.
Yeah, love the celebration by Sharif, and thank you, 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏. This has been a pretty one-sided affair. A length delivery, didn't have the width to really cut it. In the end, sees his off and middle stump being dislodged. The bails falling off, and in the end, he's got to go. Rahatul gone for 4. It's 75 for 7.
Abu Zaid Rahi is the batter in for Sylhet. Chattogram on the ascendancy. Ahmed Sharif. Oh, well bowled, very well bowled.
In his first over, Sharif struggled with his run-up. Here you can see he's generating quite a bit of steam, and his captain, as we saw a while ago, really enjoyed that. There you see the bounce, beaten for pace as well. Not a nice delivery to face first up if you're a lower order batter.
Skied it, mid-off and mid-on both inside the circle, but he's gone straight enough, Rahi, and will get 4 to open his account.
After that last delivery, he decided perhaps that he was going to charge the next one. Similar length to the first one, this time slightly fuller. Got bat on ball, and just enough for it to go all the way for 4.
Wasn't too far away from the bat.
In fact, 𝗂𝗏𝗃𝗏, I thought I heard a noise, probably not from the bat, who knows. Let's see, very, very close.
Well, far away from the target. But just referring to the points table, Chattogram, I think. Oh, that's hit straight. And I think the bowler, 𝗚𝗵𝗻 Sharif, has managed something on the ball. And Raja is already walking back. Good work. But it has been referred upstairs by Mohammad Kamruzzaman. And AI Moniruzzaman Tinku will be having a look at it.
Very good reflexes. Have to give the bowler credit because that was struck powerfully by Rahi. And he was on his follow through. There you see it. On his follow through, seeing the ball, having the presence of mind. Yeah, slightly losing his balance, but aiming it just well enough so that it hits the stumps. The non-striker was nowhere there. Just making sure. This should give us a better look. Gets his hand to it. The batter seems to be out of his crease. Yes. Yep. The third umpire is satisfied with enough angles. And that will be OUT in the giant screen. Another wicket down. 8 wickets down now. Run out by Sharif is Rezaur for 2. It's 79 for 8.
Last ball, huh?
Yeah, here's how the 8th wicket fell. This 𝗚𝗵𝗻 Sharif managing hands at it. Even the batter can't help but laugh at it. Maybe laughing at the luck of the non-striker. 𝗚𝗵𝗻 Sharif to bowl the last ball of this over. Oh, was an opportunity. Dived at it. Sharif almost got his second. Good effort though by Irfan Shukr. Ends the 13th. It's 80 for 8.
Music tak Sharif. Sharif music এটা তুই থার্ড মেনে যা Sharif থার্ড মেনে যা Sharif থার্ড মেনে যা জয় কাবারে এই ইরফান বাইরে নিয়ে দাঁড় করামো তখন তুই আর আমি মারবো নেক্সট টাইম রাইট থ্যাঙ্ক ইউ স্যার তখন আবার পট করে টিম চেঞ্জ করবেন না আমাকে মারা শুরু
Missed opportunity. The last ball of the previous over, Irfan Shukr. It was never easy though, diving towards his right. Sylhet are struggling on 80 for 8. They're inches of 215, on the verge of defeat here. Nicely bowled as I welcome Ahmed bin Parvez. It's been a dominating show on Chattogram.
Certainly has, and with bat, with ball, in all aspects, in the field as well. Going for the big one. Not enough timing. Landed in the vacant region. That's a couple. Abu Jayed Rahi moves to 7. It's been a disappointing tournament for Sylhet, must say. Things hasn't gone their way in any of the department of the game. Batting has been a concern, and today bowling took a pounding. And it's a continuation of what they suffered in the previous game as well. Remember that abandoned match against Rajshahi where they scored 200 from 15 overs against Sylhet. Nicely hit. This time goes all the way. Some respite. Respect earned by 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗀.
Well, I guess it's coming too late now for Sylhet, but still 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗀 will enjoy this 6. You've seen how 𝗵𝗺𝗀 improved on his batting. That was great to watch. So bowlers can really work on their batting. It adds certain element as a player.
Of course, adds a lot when things are up for selection. Again, nicely stopped. Stopped a boundary for sure. Was struck very hard as well from 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗀. You spoke about 𝗵𝗺𝗀. You've seen Reza Raja as well. Today he failed, but he also had a good hand to play in one of those previous matches. The only match that Sylhet actually won against Borishal, that was the match where the bowlers batted to save them.
Back so at the last moment, perhaps someone was moving towards the side screen. Yeah. Back again. Trying to be cheeky, hitting the inside part of the bat this time around. And it races towards the fence for 4. A boundary to finish the over. Not a bad one for Sylhet though. They are 94 for 8.
মানে এই কইলটা তোমার এই সামনের পায়ে সামনে প্রোফাটা আছে ওটাতে মারবি বল সেন্টার থ্যাংক ইউ স্যার
94 for 8 after 14. Sylhet, they need 121 of just 36 balls. They have 2 wickets in hand. 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗀 19 of 11. Ebadot to face his first ball. He's up against Hassan Murad. In the air.
Just having a look at the lowest team totals in this NCL T20 so far. We've seen the highest, of course, 214 scored by Chattogram. And where Sylhet stand at the moment at 95, they are at risk to post the lowest team total.
A bit of confusion through at the bowler's end. Direct hit might have been interesting. Yeah, both Sylhet and also Borishal, they just couldn't play as a unit. There were some individual performances, but nothing came collectively for them. I think the batter made it. Yeah, so it's a team game. Comes down the track. There's a saying that there's no I in the team, but there's an I in winners. So yeah, you have to play as a unit to win matches.
And for the sake of the crowd, Sylhet batters at the moment would want to entertain them. 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗀 has done that so far. This time very careful. I think they don't want to take risks against Hassan Murad. They know. He's been so good in this match again into his final over. 2 for 14. Excellent bowling.
Running the first one hard, going for the 2. 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗀 is certainly enjoying his batting. He reached to 20 of 13 now.
He has done well. 22 of 14 now with that couple of runs. The Chattogram fielders almost jogging at the moment. They know they've got the match in their hands. 99 for 8.
Comes down the track. Played that straight, but the fielder does well. Just single 20 over. And that brings up the 100 as well for Sylhet after 15. They are 100 for 8. Hasan Murad completed his spell. 2 for 17 from his 4, bowled well. Sylhet 100 for 8 now after 15. 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗍 23 of 15. They are chasing the target of 215. The highest total of this edition of Al Arafa Islami Bank presents NCL T20 powered by Turbo. And the crowds are certainly enjoying their moment out there, especially when Mahmudullah Hasan Joy was dealing with sixes and boundaries early on in the innings.
He's played a beautiful knock today. Losing the toss, put to bat first, and then he plays that gem of a knock. Shows how good the batting wicket is. I think the Sylhet batters would surely be sad that they've missed out on the opportunity of batting in such a brilliant wicket.
Yeah, Sylhet needs to come up with a better approach, and this game was another rung on the ladder of the learning curve for them. Comes down the track. Protection in the deep, will get a single.
Again, that leg spin variation from 𝗼𝗼. At release, looks like a proper leg spinner. Has these variations, a treat to watch. The cricket fans to see a bowler with all these different variations. It's really good. Deservedly the top wicket taker of the tournament so far, 𝗼𝗼 is impressed.
In the air again, just a bounce to the field at deep square leg. Yeah, undoubtedly, 𝗼𝗼 also grabbed the opportunity with both hands. It's a big platform for him. He was the leading wicket taker in the first division league, but it's a different ball game here, and he proved his worth so far. And the confidence that he was given by the team management, from the captain, from the players of the team, accepting him as a part of the team, that gives a lot of confidence to a newcomer.
That kept very low. Batter had nothing to do about it. So, he's talked about confidence. One way is not even to tell you that yes, you're doing well. There's another way of doing it. And has he done it? He has done it. Picked up his third. The final delivery of the over. Gets rid of another batter there. Stumps rattled.
And once again, the lack of bounce of 𝗼𝗼 undone the batter. This time it's Ibadat. No, beg your pardon, it's Abujaid Rahi. Slightly turned, but it kept low. 𝗼𝗼 continues his brilliant run of form with the ball. Ibadat departs after scoring 3. Sylhet 103 for 9.
Internal. এই শুভম ম্যাক ওর জার্সি ঠিক আছে না তারপর তো জার্সি নাম্বার ঠিক নাই আর ওর ড্রেস পাঠাই না ইয়া এই এতদিন পরে এই কথা বললে হবে নাকি বিসিবি থেকে পাঠাই বিসিবি রে ফাইন করে দেন ক্রিকেট লাগবে না
Sylhet 103 for 9. They had a horrible day out there. First up with the ball, conceded the highest score posted in the NCL T20 this edition. 214 posted by Chattogram, and in reply with the bat, the struggle right from the word go. Sharif the bowled his third over. Direct hit. I think this is going to be interesting. That was lazy. 𝗵𝗺𝗽𝗃 is looking for another one. I think this is going to be a run out. What's going on out there? Comedy of errors.
I'm not sure if it was already a dead ball situation or not. Yes, the direct hit was done. So mainly the TV umpire will look at the first throw from the bowler himself. Decision pending, all right. Close call, could be close, could be close, could be touch and go here. The batter still short, and the bails are dislodged. So the TV umpire will actually have to go frame by frame here. It's touch and go. Looks like he's just about made it, or it's a very close call. TV umpire just making sure the right decision is made. So he's seeing this footage, and we will see the umpire's decision on the giant screen, which will more likely go in the batter's favor. It is not out. It is not out. So all the good effort from Sharif worked. But on the other side, I mean, if the bowler could have broken the stumps over there, I think that would have been it.
Yeah, that is what I was wondering. The bowler should have grabbed that one and dislodged the bails. You never know. Maybe that was also a run-out opportunity. Yeah, we are back live again. The batter survived. Nabil Samad, the last man in. Sharif with the ball in his hands, coming from the turbo end. A wicket away from victory, Chattogram. Watchfully left.
I think he'd just want to go and enjoy his time out there, Nabil Samad. Maybe annoy the Chattogram fielders, make them stay there for longer. The match is well out of hand at the moment for Sylhet. All they can do is try and put some pressure on the Chattogram fielders. They've been a bit too casual for my liking the last couple of overs or so. They've been quite casual.
Almost getting that outside edge. Yeah, they need to come up with a better approach, Sylhet, in their next few matches. They're virtually out for the race for the top 4 now, but there's still a lot to play for.
A lot to play for sure. Would want to at least get as high up in the table as possible. The crowd that come in almost every day obviously want to see the home team Sylhet playing at their home ground do well. A slip for Ahmed Sharif now. Yasir Ali Rabbi in the first slip.
Yeah, good to see a slip in place. That prompted the skipper, after seeing the previous delivery, that rose sharply, missing that outside edge. I think Sharif needs to bowl wicket to wicket. Someone like Nabil, who's trying to sway away from the ball, so it's better to target the stump.
Yeah, obviously, targeting the stumps is a good way to bowl at a late order batter. Onto the stumps. Did as you said there. Very impressive in the previous season, Sharif, with 17 wickets, second highest wicket taker in the tournament itself, representing Chattogram this time as well. Was sitting back while Hassan Mahmood was part of the team. As soon as he left, Sharif has started to get his opportunities as well.
Nicely bowled. Equally well played by Nabil Samad. Just one run coming from Mohammad Sharif over after 17. They are 104 for 9. Three more overs to go. Sylhet 104 for 9. They need 111 of 3 overs. Rahi on 26 of 19. Chattogram are on the verge of their 4th win of this edition of Al-Arafa Islami Bank Presents NCL T20 powered by Turbo. As skipper brings in Naeem Hassan from Al-Arafa Islami Bank end.
Oh yes, ball. Lovely ball, buddy.
Yeah, coming in to chase the target of 215, Sylhet never looked confident. And the game you're frightened of losing is not worth winning for them.
Struggling at the moment. But Rahi, he has the will to survive. He's off to 26 of 29. Kind of enjoyed his batting while he's out there. There are a few more balls left. 16 more to be precise. Goes big.
Catch it.
And out of reach of the fielder. So the entertainment goes on. 𝗂𝗚 Rahi, another nice blow.
Making a statement here, 𝗂𝗚 Rahi. Perhaps the batters of Sylhet division can learn a bit from him. Entertaining the crowd and entertaining us as well.
Good stroke making from him, and Naeem, who has struggled in his previous 2 overs, still struggling a bit. Steps out. Clean strike, up and over, all the way. 𝗂𝗚 Rahi. What a shot.
This is entertaining stuff from 𝗂𝗚 Rahi. He's taking on the Chattogram bowlers, knowing the fate of the game, but still, the fight is on from this fighter man, 𝗂𝗚 Rahi. He's not going to hold back. Comes down the track again, takes that on the full, looking for the second, will get a single.
He's loving his batting at the moment here, 𝗂𝗚. Off to 37 already of 24, just 3 short of Amit Hassan, who's the highest run scorer in this match for Sylhet. So, as long as he's hitting it nicely, he'd want to face a few more balls. Maybe ask Nabil Samad to fend this off so he can take strike for the next over. 100 to win of 13, impossible task there, but Sylhet just trying to survive. Beautifully bowled to end the over there. An expensive one for Chattogram. Sylhet still surviving. After 18, it's 115 for 9.
Sylhet need exactly 100 runs to win of 12 balls. 115 for 9 after 18. They are in chase of 215. And they lost wickets at regular intervals, coming into chase the highest total of this edition of NCL T20. 𝗂𝗚 Rahi putting up a show here, 37 of 24. And he will be up against Sharif now. Nicely struck, but straight to the fielder at mid-off. And that's it. Chattogram division go on to seal an emphatic win over Sylhet. They go on to win by 99 runs. A comprehensive victory for Chattogram. Sylhet, on the other hand, will be very disappointed with the show here at their home ground.
Final wicket. 𝗂𝗚 Rahi trying to clear mid off, just managed to lob a catch that came out of the bottom part of the bat, the toe end of the bat. Nicely taken catch there. Sharif deservedly picks up another wicket. So a defeat by a big margin there. Chattogram division winning by 99 runs, the largest margin of victory in terms of runs in this NCL T20. Mahmudullah Sanjoy, star of the show with the bat. Mominul Haq played a handy knock. Irfan Shukpur as well. Amongst the runs, Sadikur scored a few. It was hard task for the Sylhet bowlers, and when they came back to bat, the target of 215 in the end proving to be too much for them. Chattogram looks in red hot form and bounced back from the previous defeat against Rangpur, back to winning ways.
Yeah, it was a dominating show from Chattogram. Sylhet, on the other hand, have a lot of work to do. Amit top scoring with 40, Khalid adding 18, and Rahi 37 of 25, as none of the other batters were able to reach double figure mark for Sylhet as they go on to bundle out for 115 and face a huge defeat of 99 runs against Chattogram. Right, with the bat, it was Chattogram's Mahmudullah Sanjoy played some glorious shots to register his maiden T20 100. With the ball, it was Rubel, the pick of the bowlers, 3 for 15 from his 4 overs, 2 wickets each for Sharif and Hassan Murad, while Rohan also picked a wicket for Chattogram.
Sylhet batting innings started off in a bad way. Skipper Zakir dismissed early on by Rubel.
No worries, Naeem.
Khalid and Amit Hassan tried their best within the power plays, hitting some lusty blows, some nice clean hitting. Amit Hassan driving through the covers, always a sight to behold. Accessed the onside as well. Those were the 3 boundaries on the trot. But then Khalid got out, disappointed with himself. Amit Hassan continued in his merry way, but was dismissed by Hassan Murad, who picked up 2 wickets. That's 1 point. He kept on losing wickets very, very quickly. Another one over there. Mazed had to leave. Beautiful fielding from Rubel, a direct hit of his own bowling. Sharif picking up his first. Abu Zaid Rahi went and struck a few lusty blows. That was unfortunate for the batter. Raja had to depart, being run out, but Abu Zaid Rahi had some plans. Just went on, stepped out, use of his feet very well. Moved on to score 37, and that was the last wicket to fall as Sylhet finished their batting innings on 115 all out. So it's been a comprehensive victory for Chattogram here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium. The 𝗂𝗚 Islamic Bank NCL T20 powered by Turbo. Chattogram 214 for 6, a brilliant 100 by Joy. 3 wickets from Tofail, but he was expensive, so were the other bowlers. In response, Sylhet bundled out for 115 from 18.1 overs. And Rubel picking up 3 for 15, Sharif and Murad picking up 2 each. Chattogram division win by a comprehensive 99 runs. It's been a day where the wicket looked very good for batting, and Chattogram being put on to bat first really dominated with the bat. Initially thinking of 150-60, but then moving on to scoring 214. Sylhet just bundled out for 115, so Chattogram back to winning ways, to the top of the table of the NCL T20 as well. As it's time for us now to take a short break.
রুবেল, কনগ্রাচুলেশনস। আজকেও 3 উইকেট পেয়েছেন, উইকেট লিস্টের একদম টপে আছেন, 9 উইকেট নিয়ে এবারের টুর্নামেন্টে। কেমন লাগছে?
উইকেট লিস্টে টপে থাকলে সবারই ভালো লাগবে, সো আমারও আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো লাগতেছে। আর সবচেয়ে বড় বিষয় হইলো টিমের জন্য কন্ট্রিবিউট করতে পারতেছি, ওইটাই আমার কাছে সবচেয়ে বড় বিষয়। আর টপে আছি, আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো লাগতেছে।
রাইট, একেবারে আপনিও টপে আছেন, আপনার দলও আপাতত এখন টপে আছে একদম পয়েন্টস টেবিলের, বড় ব্যবধানে জয় পেয়েছেন। একটু আপনার বোলিংটা নিয়ে যদি জানতাম, এই টুর্নামেন্টে এত ভালো করার পিছনের কারণটা?
আসলে কারণ বলতে আমি সব কিছু মেনটেন করি আর কি, বোলিংয়ে আমার যা স্ট্রেংথ আছে বোলিংয়ের, তো ওইগুলাই করার ট্রাই করি। তো আলহামদুলিল্লাহ ভালো হইতেছে, ইনশাল্লাহ এগুলা কন্টিনিউ করার ট্রাই করবো।
Well, congratulations এই জয়ের জন্য and best of luck for the tournament.
Thank you.
Well, that was Mohammad Rubel. Really played a very, very nice part for Chattogram as they run and get this dominating 99-run victory. Rubel there in the match summary as well, leading the wicket takers list. 3 for 15 in this match, and overall has picked up already 9 wickets in this tournament, the leading wicket taker in the tournament as well. So Chattogram having a great time in the NCL, top of the table. The top run scorer 𝗬𝗺𝗀 𝗂𝗂, top of the run scorers list, and Rubel, their spinner, is also the top wicket taker. So it's all about Chattogram at the moment, the informed team, the team to beat. And for Sylhet, there's a lot of things to readjust, to ponder about. 99-run defeat is a thudding defeat. They need to work on their bowling. The bowlers have kept on conceding. 2 consecutive matches, they've conceded 200 runs or more. And now it's time for the presentation.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of match number 23 of the 𝗚𝗚 Islamic Bank NCL T20 powered by Turbo. I'd like to thank all the sponsors with us, and this is in association with Walton, Lily and Ace for their continued support in promoting domestic cricket here in Bangladesh. In match number 23, it has been a dominant win for Chattogram as they've won this match by 99 runs. So congratulations to Chattogram and tough luck to Sylhet on this occasion. I'll take this opportunity to introduce the presentation party. To my left, starting off with Mr. Mohammad Sajjad Hussain, Additional Director, Walton High-Tech Industries PLC. Mr. Mohammad Khabbab Chaudhry, First Assistant Vice President and Manager, 𝗚𝗚 Islamic Bank PLC. Mr. Ghazi Ashraf Hussain Lipu, former Captain of the Bangladesh National Cricket Team and Chairman of the Selection Committee, BCB. Mr. Hassan Ontor, Assistant Manager, 𝗂𝗍𝗄 Ventures Limited. And last but not the least, Mr. 𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗪, former West Indian player and coach High Performance BCB. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining us. Let us have a chat with Zakir Hassan, the captain of Sylhet Division first. Zakir, you won the toss, got to field first. What do you think you could have done better?
Yeah, obviously, everyone knows that we have a good bowling strength, but last 2 matches we didn't perform well as a bowling, even batting as well.
Yeah, there was a bit of, we noticed that the lack of performance in batting wise, but what has changed in terms of bowling in the last 2 matches?
I think our bowler did an execution well. That's what I think, they didn't plan and execution well. That was the case.
All right, tough luck this time. Wish you all the best for the future.
Thank you so much.
Zakir Hassan, the captain of Sylhet Division. Now for the player of the match, it was pretty clear. It is the second centurion of this edition of the 𝗚𝗚 Islamic Bank NCL T20 powered by Turbo. The man of the match is 𝗬𝗚𝗚 𝗂𝗂 for his phenomenal knock of 110 of just 63 deliveries at a strike rate of 174, 5 fours and 9 sixes in this ton by 𝗬𝗚𝗚 𝗂𝗂. Second century in this edition of the NCL is the 𝗚𝗚 Islamic Bank player of the match, 𝗬𝗚𝗚 𝗂𝗂. The opening batter for Chattogram. Joy, how joyous was that innings for you?
I feel very happy now because I scored 100 for first time in my life for T20. So I feel very happy, and we perform well as a team. Like our 𝗂𝗵𝗽 and myself starting very well using the power play. So that's going everything right.
Yeah. You know, congratulations. And you were there till the 20th over. Talk us through how you constructed the innings.
Starting, 𝗂𝗵𝗽 played really well. He rotated the strike and hitting some boundary, and I tried to hang in there. So I know my strength. If I played 14-15 over, then I can accelerate.
And lastly, you know, your opening partner in the test side, he got a century yesterday. You getting one, did that motivate you a bit?
Not really. I try to play my natural game.
All right, congratulations. Wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Mahmoud Hassan Joy, the player of the match. Now for the winning captain, Yasir Ali Chaudhary Rabbi. A blessing in disguise, the toss to lose?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. I thought Joy and 𝗂𝗵𝗽 really started well, and when they were batting, it didn't look like that. It was winning the toss, losing the toss was a big fact.
Yeah, but congratulations. You must be a happy man, top of the table. Good luck for the rest of the tournament.
Thank you.
Yasir Ali Chaudhary Rabbi, the winning captain. Back to the box.
Well, that was the victory, and obviously happy Chattogram camp. Mahmoud Hassan Joy and Rabbi speaking about how they've been in such good touch. So Chattogram winning this match by 99 runs and topping the table in the process. This was match number 3 of the 𝗚𝗚 Islamic Bank NCL T20 powered by 𝗃𝗏. It is a double header, so we have another match coming your way as well. The upcoming match between Khulna and Dhaka, which will start very soon. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Time to wrap things up here. Stay tuned for the next match to come up here at the Sylhet International Cricket Stadium.